Let's look at some lunar charts. You want to? Okay, well, not really lunar charts. Let's look at some blood moon, lunar eclipse, natal charts. Yes, yeah, all of that. Let's look at all of that. How about that? So I did this last week and I had a whole bunch of you guys asking me to do it again because the eclipse is coming up this weekend, and my dumb ass didn't even pay attention that it's Friday the 13th. I don't know how I didn't know that, but I didn't know that. Probably because I'm a little frazzled, scatterbrained. But anyway, I will be doing lunar charts this evening. If you guys would like one, if you didn't catch it last week, here's what I'm doing. All I need is your birthday and where you're born. Now go to my site and you can sign up there, because I need certain information from you that I do not want you guys giving on TikTok or YouTube. This is being dual streamed, so y'all don't have to worry about it getting uploaded. I'm still trying to upload the one from last week because I don't know what the fuck is up with YouTube not putting it on there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start. I have people already on my list. Thank you, Ray Love. I have people already on my list, and if you guys would like to get on there, I will do a several this evening. And here's the cool thing. If you guys would like one of these charts, what this tells you is what's going to change with the lunar eclipse for you. Anytime there's a blood moon, there's a lunar eclipse, it means huge transition. It means a huge shift. So what I'm looking at is how your natal chart has progressed and how the eclipse is going to affect you. So I will go through all of the different things, your nodes, what phase of the moon it is. Thank you for the gift, love. What phase of the moon. And I don't mean everybody's like, oh, well, duh, it's like a new. No, this is a little different. I will go through all these things, tell you exactly what's going to be affecting you. You don't even have to. You did, Andrea, but I got it fixed for you and got it sent back to you. Did you get it? You guys don't even have to stick around because, like I said, I'm streaming this on YouTube, so you guys can go and watch it later. Yes. So I will get it uploaded from last week because I have all 5 hours of it downloaded. I just don't know why it won't upload to YouTube. So I'm probably going to upload it to my laptop and then upload it to YouTube. That's the only way I can think to do it. I don't know. That's my next thing. And from there, I'm just going to kick it. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. So let me go to my link tree. Actually turn this thing on for y'all. Yes. Yes. And then I have a few people on my list already. I'm so fucking stoked. Y'all are so, I'm so excited. Y'all are excited. I'm excited. Words and things are hard. It's been that kind of day. So, yes. So the outcome shouldn't be too much different, but I can relook at it, Andrea. I'm more than happy to. It's nice to see you again, love. All right. Trying to make sure I've got the right link on here. So you guys can go and find all of this good stuff. There we go. If you guys would like to get one of these reads this evening, it is on my link tree. All you got to do is go snag your place because it will automatically populate on my list for me. So my first one is Miss Lorianne Brown. And Andrea, I'll tell you what, if you'll shoot me an email, I'll re-look at yours and send it to you. Does that make sense? And is Natalie Ebert here? Because I have 2 orders for you, love. So I just wanted to make sure you actually wanted to do that. If not, I'll totally refund one to you, okay? All right, Miss Lorianne Brown. I could have sworn I had one for you, but oh, well, one day I'll get you the invoice. Girl, why don't you just come hang out with us and then you can do your invoice? I swear, it is what it is. All right. Miss Lorianne Brown. So I usually do not carry sage just because I don't have room right now. When I have shops open, yes, I absolutely will. Now, when I'm at events, sometimes I carry the bundles, but not all the time. But I will say you guys can absolutely get sage spray if you want to do that. Yeah. Yeah, Amazon is the cheapest, truthfully. Alrighty. Thank you, Miss Lorianne. Let me grab that comment. Hang on. There you are. Yes, I did, Miss Ashley, and I got it out to you. I was like, I saw something come across about an email. So guys, I am working through emails. I do have my sasshole friend helping out, and Miss Ashley is going to be helping out as well. So, all right, Miss Laura Lou. So the one thing that sucks about it being on YouTube is that I won't be able to show you guys this program. So what I'm going to do is kind of go back and forth a little bit here on TikTok. So for those of you guys on YouTube, you won't get to see this part, but yes. So that means y'all get to see my shelves and everything up close and personal repeatedly. All right, there we go. All right. So this is what it looked like when you were born here, Miss Lori. Okay. So what I'm doing when I look at these, woo, first of all, that. Oh my gosh, girl, you have so much fire. Woo, Lori Lou. I'll bet you were a firecracker as a kid because holy shit, almost all of that is fire. So this is what I'm looking at. This is the day that Lori was born. This is what her chart looked like here. So what I'm going to do is this is fixing to change. Just letting y'all know. That's this. Oh my God, Lori. This is what it looks like right now, or what it will look like with the eclipse. Holy shit. That was then. This is when you were born here. Look at the change, dude. This is a massive change. Okay. See how simplified this is? And I mean, I was laughing. Okay. All of these are fire, fire, fire. Like the majority of your chart is fire, and then you have 3 waters. But see how this is, it looks simplified. Does that make sense? Okay. It looks simplified, but you have this opening right here, which tells me that you are really, really ruled by these things here. But I want you guys to notice, I'm going to do this again. Okay. If you guys would like to get on my chart for tonight, or on my list for tonight, then all you have to do is go to my link tree. This is what your chart is going to look like with the eclipse. Look how spread out all of this is. And look at that. Dude, that's almost some sacred geometry sigil right there. Like, here's what I'm loving. There's these two are almost the exact same width apart, and so are those. Same with those. Do you see the triangles? Do you see the X? I mean, that's really, really badass. That's really, really badass. So here's the thing too, guys. If you get on my list tonight, if you want to get on my list tonight, you don't have to stick around. I will read everybody's chart. It is being streamed live on YouTube as well. So you guys can go and look over it if you miss it, if you, you know, fall asleep, if you got to get up early for work, whatever. So Lori, this is crazy. Here's what I love about this too. It shows me that throughout your life, you have become an immensely, amazingly complex person. And not only complex, but pretty damn balanced. Like, this is really cool. You see the big rectangle? Like, oh my God, this is cool as shit. This is cool as shit. So this is for the eclipse, okay? This is not your sign. Your sign's not going to change, but the sun will be in Capricorn, meaning that you're going to be totally focused on career, money, moving forward, planting your feet. And then you have, this cardinal air right here is going to be shoving you forward. And then you have this fixed fire. You're fixing to have, yep, the seed revealed. So this is what I was talking about, what your moon will be in. This is the full moon that your cycle will be in. Okay. So this is what I'm looking at, and this is what tells me what's going to change with your with the eclipse. Okay. So what I'm looking for when I'm looking at these guys is that one right there. That's the sun, the moon, and I'm also looking at your Venus and your Mars. Okay. I'm looking at other things too, but those are the main ones I'm looking at here. I'm also looking at your Saturn and your Jupiter because that's power and emotion. So, Lori, the things that are driving you forward, your sun sign, your power, your emotions are all in the cardinal signs with the eclipse, which means that is some hardcore ambition moving forward. The fixed aspect, that's where your moon is. So that's a lot of determination, a lot of flow through with these ideas that are popping up. I do love that these kind of taper off a little bit. It tells me that not all your ideas you're going to chase after. See, it's like 42, 35, 21. See how it just tapers down? What I love though is that your male and female are in the end. It's cleaning up. So that's a lot of great balance just moving forward. So let's look at all that fire right there. You're not getting rid of the fire, Lori. You're not getting rid of the fire. Oh, and your moon's in the fire. Okay. Where's your sun? Oh, your sun's the earth. Okay. Your emotions are in the water. Both your male and female are okay. Okay. So here's the thing. You're going to, girl, you probably better tell your hubby he may not see you for, because with this eclipse, it's going to be so much, so much drive, so much ambition, so much goal setting and running toward them. And not just running toward them, but rocketing forward. Your Venus is also in your fire sign, so he might watch out too. I'm just saying. That, or y'all need a weekend without the kids, or something like that. I'm just saying. But you're really grounded in your ambition and your goals and where you're going. So the one thing you are going to have to watch out for is your emotions, your Saturn, which is right there. Sorry, you guys on YouTube, I just totally showed you the back of my arm. I didn't mean to do that. Your emotions, or your Saturn, is in water right there. So that's already a super high powered water aspect, meaning you're going to have to really be careful with your emotions. Okay. So I'm not worried about this right now. I'm not looking at that. I am looking at these though. Interesting. Okay. Oh, Karen, you're so funny. So guys, just know that I will never reach out to you to request a reading. If it's something so important that I pull you up, track you down, and find you and so on to give you a reading, I literally will just give you the message because it's that important. Okay. So let's look at your hemispheres here. Okay. So your sun, So like I said, here's what I'm looking for: your sun, I'm looking for your Jupiter, I'm looking for your female, then I'm looking for your moon, your male, and your Saturn, which is your emotions. So the north tends to be more subconscious, just moving forward without even realizing you're doing it. That's where your power and your sun lies. So I'm serious, girl. This is fixing to be a humongous shift forward for you. Your femininity is also there, meaning you're kind of effortlessly pulling that female power to the beginning, to the forefront. But your moon, your Mars, and your emotions are all up front. So just saying what I'm saying. Yeah. So for these guys, you don't have to know what time you're born. I'm not looking at what time you're born specifically because this is an event chart. It's not technically a natal chart, which is why there isn't a ton of all the other information. Like if you went to Cafe Astrology and you pulled your birth chart, your natal chart, that's going to show you about you. What I'm looking at here is how the lunar eclipse is going to affect you. So all I need to know is your birthday and where you're born. That's it. And for those of you guys on YouTube, if you want to go to TikTok, or let me put I'll pull up YouTube here in just a second when I'm done with Lori, and I will put hers in there so you guys can see too. And I hate that it's not on there. I'm trying to think like if I can move this. Let me see here. I might be able to. Nope, I can't. I was going to try to turn you guys around. So all I need for you guys on YouTube is your birthday and your birthplace, like where you were born. All right, Miss Lori Lou. So over here, and I'll put my link tree on my YouTube here in just a second. Over here, Lori. So the East is kind of what you put out, what energy you put out. The West being the energy you pull in. With yours, oh God. So let's talk about the energy you're putting out. With this eclipse, the energy you're going to be putting out is going to be all of yourself. You're going to be extremely honest, extremely open. Your sun is there, your moon is there, and your feminine power is there. You're going to be extremely open with who you are, where you're going, where, you know what I mean? It's all your power, all your shadow self, everything. Over here, though, this is what you're taking in. And this actually, I'm going to give you a warning here, Miss Laura Lou, because this is the energy that you're pulling into you. Okay. So see how your Mars is here, your power is here, and your emotions are here. That Mars and those emotions mean that you're going to be taking on other people's anger. So you're going to have to be very, very careful as far as letting your empathic abilities out. You're going to have to be very, very careful as far as letting your letting other people's personal power affect you. So you're going to have to put up your boundaries hardcore with this eclipse, because seeing these three right here, I don't care for that at all. Like, it makes me want to put my protections up for you. Okay. So you're going to have to be super, super careful with that. All right. So here's what I want to see where your sun is. Oh, well, okay. So one of the main things, this second quadrant here, that is your inner power. That's your personal power. The fact that your Jupiter sits there, that's fucking fantastic, because that's your power. Okay. I'm going to have to pull my kid's cake out of the oven. So I'm going to let you guys look at Miss Lori's for just a second there while I pull the cake out. You want to get the cake? Okay. I'm going to let Ashley pull the cake. Y'all, I just want you to know I have no idea what I would have done this week without my my mod Ashley here hanging out, and y'all have no idea. She's fucking fantastic. I'm just saying, you can't have her. She's mine. Okay. I'm asserting my dominance. No, I'm just kidding. So, well, this cake is for my younger one for a school project. My older one is home. He did get released from the hospital today. He's in there sleeping right now. So, all right. So this here, this is where your sun and your Venus are, okay? So, wow. This is kind of automated things that you do and don't realize you're doing. So the fact that your personal power is here and it's just unconsciously moving forward is fantastic. All right, your moon. You're going to be really, really you're going to be really, really pushing forward to help other people with their shadow, with helping the world's shadow. Let me say it that way. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lori. Here's your other warning. You ready? You're ready? Because your Mars and your Saturn are in this third quadrant, which means that's communication with others. So you're going to have no problem. You're going to have no problem telling people when you're angry and voicing your own emotions. So those are kind of the warnings here with the eclipse. You're going to have to be super careful that you don't allow anger or emotions to get to you. And what sucks about this, because we just talked about it here, is that you have the anger and the emotions over here that you're taking in on other people. So, love, you're going to have to make sure, I can't stress enough the importance of protections, of me not spilling things on my desk, protections, and of you making sure that you're shaking stuff off. Does that make sense? Because in shaking off these things, it's going to keep them from soaking in. Cleansing rituals are going to be key. Okay. This makes me a little worried. I love all this power. I love all this drive going forward, but I do not love that your Mars and your Saturn, the anger and emotions are in the things you're going to be taking in from other people, and also right there with communication. So you're going to have to be really, really careful, love. Okay. Power through the roof, drive through the roof, ambition through the roof. You know exactly. It's like a massive epiphany, but at the same time, you rushing forward with this epiphany leaves you wide open for other people's anger and emotion to pull it into you. And a lot of that is because you're going to be helping with shadow self, with the world's shadow self. So you're going to have to be super careful that you don't pull that in, because it's going to be really, really bad if you do. Hold on to your butts. I'm scrolling back up really quickly. So I'm looking at all of these. Let's see here. So your sun is parallel to your Venus, which is the second line right here. Your sun is parallel to your Venus. All that feminine power. Okay, here's what I don't like. Your sun is in opposition to your Saturn, which is your emotion. So your power and your emotions are kind of like, Then you also have the sun in contra parallel to the Saturn, meaning, again, opposition. That's double. So it's almost like being two different people. I'll just say it that way. It's literally like being two different people. This drive and this crazy movement forward, and then also your emotions are butting heads and pulling apart at the same time. So you're going to have to be super careful, love. Like super, super careful. Those are that is going to be the main thing I see. Everything else is pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I do see that your Venus is in opposition, which means your male and female side aren't going to mesh as well as you would like them to, but you have some feminine power that's going to be through the roof. So, yeah, your husband probably needs to watch out. So, yes. Now I'm waiting for this to refresh. It's taking forever. There we go. Yeah. All right. So did that make sense, love? All right, let's see here. You don't have to know the time of your birth for these guys because this has nothing to do with that. What this is yes, I need your birthday. Yes, I need your place of birth, but it has nothing to do with your time of birth because I'm looking at the event. So the day of your birth is an event date. And then I'm fast forwarding that to the lunar eclipse on the 15th, which is an event date. So that's what I'm looking at. So I don't need to know what time you're born at all. Not for this one. So yeah. Good. I'm so glad that makes sense, Lori. If you guys would like to grab a ticket, I'm looking to see how many tickets are left. And trying to get comfy here. All right, there we go. So I've still got a couple left. So if you guys want to get on my list, you still have a little bit of time. So, and here's the other thing, guys. I'm going to be doing this for a couple of hours. These, if I do all of the ones that I have set up to do, which it is what it is. I said it that way for a reason. Doing all of these will take me anywhere from probably 2.5 to 3 hours, maybe 4. But you don't have to stay because the cool thing is if you want to order one and get your reading, I am streaming this on YouTube so you guys can go back and watch it. It just won't have this part on there. So I may have to try to flip YouTube around. The only thing about that is that I don't want to get someone's personal information on here. You know what I mean? So I don't want one to just be showing that continually because I don't want that to happen. If I had thought about things a little more, I have a third phone I could have set up with my other TikTok account and be window in window here, but I'll probably try to figure out how to stream it on YouTube. No, or not stream it, but flip it around where you guys can see. I just don't want to show anybody's personal information. You know what I mean? So, Miss Kyla, are you here, sugar? It's your turn. Yeah, I will never contact anybody for a reading, guys. That is not how I roll. That's not how professional readers roll, just letting you know. So if somebody ever reaches out to you and says that they want to give you a reading, just know that is probably a scammer. And you guys should also know, never ever in the history of ever have I reached out to anyone and said, Grand Rising, love. Never, ever, never, ever, never. Just saying. That ought to be your first red flag. And I have been a writer for a very, very long time. I've seen some of the messages y'all have sent me that these scammers have been sending, saying that they're me. I am pissed more for the fact that they make it look like I'm an idiot and I can't speak or write. So there you go. That ought to be your second thing. I am my own worst grammar Nazi. All right, Miss Kyla. So, well, Miss Andrea, I'm proud you called her on her shit because, guys, if you're ever watching a pendulum reader and they're moving their hand, they're literally just doing it for the money and they're not connected to spirit. They're telling you what they think you want to hear. So, call them on their shit. And if they get mad, they get mad. These are absolutely tattoos on my hands. This one I literally just got yesterday for Mother's Day. All right, Miss Kyla, here we go. Well, maybe. All right. So there is Miss Kyla's. That is badass. It looks like a flower. All right, Miss Kyla. So this is what your chart looks like the day you were born. Okay. You have tons and tons of air in here. Holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. That's really cool, Kyla. It seriously, that's really cool. This one is pretty. Here's what I love is I am this huge abstract art nerd. And so all of these look like art pieces to me. Every single one of them. So this is what it looked like when you were born. Like I said, you have an overwhelming amount of air. Overwhelming amount of air. All right. So this is what it's going to look like with the eclipse. Woo! Holy shit. You still have the same air placements. They've just moved, but you still have the same air placements, but you gain a whole bunch of fire. You gain, like you had only one fire. You gain a lot. Oh, Lord. Okay. And what else I'm looking at too is most of these lines match up. Like they almost all coincide. Oh, okay. Your sun is in a fire. Your moon is grounded in the earth. Your Mars and your personal power are air, and your Venus, I don't see it on here. There it is. It's fire. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. All right. So look at this. Fire. Fire. All the fucking fire. Kyla, all the fire. This is the thing that's your saving grace. Your moon is going to be in Virgo during the eclipse. That's literally your saving grace, because that is a cardinal fire. So a beginning and an ending, which means starting all kinds of new shit and rushing forward, and boundaries. Fuck you, cutting people off. So yeah, that right there is going to be a key for you not wanting to tell everybody and their dog off. Okay. Here's the thing that I love about you being in the gibbous moon with this eclipse is that it's a time for seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, being able to move forward, being able to see where you're going from here. Because you guys know how it is when you're doing something, whether it's a project, whether at work, whatever it is, you get going and you have this list and you're working through the list. And at first you're all excited because it's brand new and blah, blah, blah. And then you get to the middle of the list, and you're like, this sucks and I don't want to do it anymore. So you kind of drain, that energy gets drained. And then when you get closer to the end, you gain that energy back. That's where you're at, is you're seeing the end coming. So you're getting all of that energy back. So that right there is fantastic. That's fantastic. So yeah. All right, so let's look at this. So you have your sun and your Venus in a cardinal sign, which is ambition, moving forward quickly. And you have your moon and your emotions in a mutable sign, which is a lot of determination and moving forward. Oh, all of your power. Oh, girl. Okay. I fibbed. Your moon and your emotion are in the ending phase. So you're going to be cutting some people off. I'm just going to say, because and here's the thing, even though I'm telling you like, hey, this is going to be a thing, this is going to happen, just know that it's kind of inevitable, because your Mars, your anger, your war is here in the ending and the fixed, and so is your Jupiter, your power. So yeah, you're gonna be cutting some people off. Like there's just no murder someone. Okay, Kyla, dude, that was funny. That was fucking hilarious. I'm just saying. That was absolutely funny as fuck. This is a lot of hardcore boundaries. Like I can't wait to look at the ones down below. I'm not kidding. Okay. That's a lot. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Look here. You have your Mars, your Jupiter, and your Saturn all in air, which means you're going to have. So here's the thing, guys. If y'all need to end a relationship, if you need to end something, if you need to quit your job, if you need something ended, you need to call Kyla, because all of her power, all of her emotions, her war, everything is in her air. Air is not only communication, but it's processing things very intelligently. So if you need something done correctly, if you need some really fantastical things said to tell someone off in a great way, then Kyla's your girl. Kyla, you probably need to set up shop, whatever it is you need to do. And your sun and your Venus are in your fire signs, which is a massive amount of feminine power. It's also a massive amount of drive and moving forward. I'm looking for your moon. Okay. Your moon is super grounded in the earth. Okay. So you are going to be dealing with some shadow stuff. You're going to have some shadow things popping out. Okay. So what I'm going to say here is your feminine and your regular power in this fire is going to bring up a lot of stuff that you're going to be ready to cut off very easy. But your moon here in your earth is just, yeah. Whoa, what the hell? Your moon in your earth is going to be kind of your saving grace, but it's going to pull you down into some shadow work. I'm not going to lie, love. I'm not going to fib. I do love that this is almost a straight line. Look at that. Your big ones are almost in a straight line. Okay, so let's look here at your aspects. I know you guys don't understand these. I'm only looking for certain things. Okay, so here's a quick list, okay? So see this right here? This is opposition. So this, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for the squares. But I'm not looking at all of them. I'm only, okay. All right. So this is pretty even right here. It's 8 and 6. So let's look at your south. So these are the conscious things, the north are the subconscious. So like I said, there's that moon. You're going to have a lot of shadow work pop up, love. You're going to have a lot of shadow work pop up. And subconsciously, you're going to do a lot of things that you're not even going to realize you're doing. And if you notice, the only thing that I'm looking at right now is your moon. I'm not looking at any of these. All of the other things I'm looking at are literally right here. So your personal power, your sun, your feminine power, your masculine power, and your Mars are all in your subconscious, meaning that things are going to come out of your mouth without you realizing they're coming out of your mouth. But what's great about it is those all sit in your water, meaning that you're going to do it very intelligently. So you can probably backtrack pretty carefully if you need to, but I have a feeling you won't. What I love about that is, see how I said this is pretty balanced, 8 and 6. Well, looky here. This is 7 and 7. So the energy that you're putting out and the energy that you're taking in are perfectly balanced. So what you're putting out, oh God, look at you with the anger, with the anger and the power. Holy shit. Yeah, if y'all need a war started, Kyla's your girl. Kyla's your girl. Woo! All right, then. Oh, but then you're going to be bringing in other people's shadow and emotion. So you're going to have to be very, very careful that you're not allowing other people's shadow and other people's emotions. Your feminine is also here in receiving. So this is a great time. The lunar eclipse and this coming weekend is going to be a great time for you to spend it with friends, with other feminine beings that you're close to. Friends, family, etc. I would highly, highly recommend hanging out with some girls this weekend. All right, let's look at this. Woo, right off the bat. That's what I want to see. Is that sun? This is the sun. That's what I want to see. And that second quadrant right there. Wow, I couldn't word. Second quadrant words is empowerment. That's also your feminine and your emotions, which means your feminine aspects and your personal self and your emotions. Whew. are just right. Wow. First, okay. Yep. You're going to be starting some wars without even realizing you're doing it, girl. Because looky there, that is subconscious doing it without realizing you're doing it. Your war and your Jupiter, your personal powers there. So not much that really matters with this in the fourth. And there's your moon in the third. Okay. The good thing is that your moon right here is in the third, which is a lot of communication and being able to be around others. So yeah. Yeah. Well, with hers, it's not so much, she is going to have to guard against emotions, but it's mainly her own. It's not even so much that, Kyla, it's not even so much that you're going to be emotional. It's more that you're ready to cut shit off. It is you recognizing and seeing all of the toxic shit, the places that boundaries need to put up, and you putting them in place. And what I love about it too is that even with you putting them in place, there's going to be some that you're like, all right, here's the boundaries. These are set up now in this way. But there's going to be a lot where it's going to be absolutely not just burning the bridge, but blowing that bitch up with some dynamite, burning the road. I mean, it's just scorched earth policy on a lot of this. But here's the thing. What I love about this though is that I'm going to look at these other numbers, but this is for a reason, okay? This is for a reason. Okay, so Kyla, see your sun right here. You have it in conjunction and parallel with Venus. That tells me that you kind of haven't felt like yourself lately. You haven't felt connected to your femininity. Like it's there, but you haven't felt connected to it. I also like that your moon is square. So those two, this is you getting back to this feminine aspect of you. Okay. Your moon being square with your emotions tells me that with your own shadow work, you're good. You're square with your emotions. You're working through it in the way you need to work through it. Now, here's what sucks, because your Mars is in conjunction with Jupiter and parallel with Jupiter. Literally all the things just like this. This is your personal power being a warpath, okay? But it's kind of in a good way. The other aspect I love is that your Mars, this is your Saturn right here. This is balance. So like I said, if y'all need some bridges burned, Kyla's your girl. Kyla's your girl. Kyla's your girl. Oh yeah, Kyla's your girl. So there you go. There you go, Miss Kyla. All righty. Let me flip you back around so y'all don't see anybody's personal infos. All right. So guys, when I send these to you, this program only sends the wheel, okay? I did notice it didn't send some of my notes last time, which is why I'm making sure I'm getting the readings on YouTube so y'all can watch them. That way you can go back and listen and look at your chart and so on. But yes, it does only send you like that wheel, that round, okay? Yeah, this right here, you're really coming into an aspect of being very solid emotionally, and that's fantastic. That's why I said you probably need to set up some ways to take reservations, whatever you need to do, because damn, like this is fantastic. It's going to be fantastic for you. It's going to clear out a whole bunch of shit that I don't even think you knew needed to be cleared out. All right, Miss Natalie. Miss Natalie, I have 2 orders for you. Did you mean to do 2 readings? And if so, who's the second one for? If not, I'll refund one for you. My kid's baking strawberry cake and it smells fantastic. Do the second one first? Okay, gotcha. All right. I know who this one's for. I got you. There we go. I had to make sure I could. Yeah, I figured so. So I had to make sure I put like the right thing in there. So, all right, Miss Ray, are you ready? Are you watching? All right. So here is what Ray's chart looked like when Ray was born. All the air. Oh, you are a vocal kid. Okay. You were a vocal kid. Let me say that. And you got some fire down there. Gotcha. Gotcha. You are so welcome, Kyla, honey. All right. So here's what it's going to look like with the eclipse. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to go back to your natal chart because I want you to see something. Okay. This is your natal chart, right? So when I go to change this, it changes it to today when I go to do the secondary chart, and I'm going to show you something because there's something that's going to shift like crazy between now and the eclipse. And I want to show it to you. Okay. So this is your chart when you were born. This is today. Okay. This is right now, right? Literally right now. This is how your chart looks. Okay. Now I want you to watch because one of the line disappears. This line right here disappears. This is this right here. Your sun moves. It shifts completely. Watch. Oh shit. Where'd it go? Oh, I guess I could hit. I was like, I could hit cast chart. Did you see that it left? Did you see that the line left? So that caught my eye because this from today to this Sunday when the lunar eclipse happens, that should not be that big a shift. It should shift a little bit, but that whole line went missing. All right, so let's look at this shit. So Ray, honey, that tells me you have a massive shift between today and Sunday. All right, so you're going from okay. Okay. So you're also in the gibbous phase. This is you seeing the end of the tunnel, you seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Okay. So this right here is your drive to move forward. And this is where your divine feminine power lies, is in ambition and moving on quickly. Okay. The next aspect though, and this is the bulk, look at that, like almost 65% of the things moving forward are clearing the clutter out of now, like literally clearing the now, the middle of the project, this and a lot of shadow work. Emotional with this eclipse, and it's not going to be there we go. All right, this is also why I'm streaming live on YouTube. So this is not, I'm going to repeat what I said. This right here is not you having emotional outbursts. This is, oh Lord, What the hell, Natalie and Ray? Every time I try to say this part, it freezes. Every time. There we go, freezing again. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. I am streaming this on YouTube. Am I frozen over there, Ashley?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The comments aren't, but your video is. The live is. Now you're not.
Okay. And it did it again. What the hell? Am I frozen or no? Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah.
All right. So this right here is exactly why I'm streaming on YouTube, guys. Every time I tried to say this aspect of this reading, it froze every fucking time. So yeah, technology has been crazy because we had I haven't seen a lot of stories about it, which tells me that they're not being very vocal about what it hit, but we had a humongous CME, a coronal mass ejection, quote unquote, graze the earth on Saturday. So those kind of things are what caused the Carrington event, such as knocking out electronics, etc. So the fact that it grazed the earth, and they were calling for some blackouts and some issues. I don't know about y'all, but this weekend my phone's been haywire as shit. It caused some issues. It caused some problems, and I've had issues with phones since Saturday. So here's the thing. Let's try to get through this again, Ray, and see if it actually will tell me. Okay. Yeah, I would be expecting some more issues technology wise, guys. Just so y'all know. All right. So here's the thing, Ray. This is not you having emotional outbursts. Okay. This is not you having your emotional outbursts. This is you having some intense inner work, some intense things coming to light of where you are, where you're going, what you want to do, etc. So those around you don't need to be worried about you having some outbursts. They need to be more worried. Well, not really worried, but just you pulling into yourself, because your moon is here, your emotions are here, you're really going to be pulling in and looking at things hardcore. Well, here's your shift, girl. So this here is finishing up. This is where your sun lies. This is where your Mars lies. This is where your personal power lies. Like all of your power is in finishing shit and finishing it. And I want you to look at that. That right there is perfect balance. May not look it, but when you look a little more careful, it is. Perfect balance, perfect balance. Your fire and your air are perfectly balanced. Your earth and your water are perfectly balanced. So let's look at what's in what. Ooh, your fire has both your feminine and your masculine and your shadow. Okay. It's not wanting to work. It's driving me up the wall. All right. I keep stopping and talking because I'm trying to get YouTube back up. All right. So here you go, love. Let's look at this. Okay, so as I mentioned before, guys, the south up here is the conscious things that you're doing. Like, you know, you're doing them, they're happening because you want them to happen. You're down here, your north is your subconscious. This is things coming out of your mouth before you realize they're coming out of your mouth. So your south up here, your moon, your power, and your emotions, you're really, Sweet Pea, you're fixing to go through, oh man, you're going to have some crazy epiphanies between now and this eclipse. Not only are you going to have some crazy epiphanies, but you're going to go through an emotional maturing phase that's it's going to rival some decades of work that other people have done. I'm just letting you know. You're also going to delve into a phase of yourself and regaining your personal power and how you're moving forward with a moment by moment shadow work. Like, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be really interesting. You're going to seem like you're super rooted. It's almost like the second part of your soul is fixing to step in this weekend, because this is a very, very old aspect to your soul. Because all of these other things go down, like they come down here in your subconscious, your sun, your feminine, your masculine, your war, all of it. So let's look at this again. 7 and 7. Perfect balance. Perfect balance. So you have your war on one side, you have your Mercury, and then you have all of the other things here. Okay. All right. Apple is forcing you to update. Yes. Here's the thing. The East over here is what you put out. So you are going to be putting out some war aspects. Your Mercury, I'm bringing it up because Mercury is also communications. So you're going to be able to be seeing things very clearly, doing this shadow work and this inner work and processing it very clearly. But here's the thing, this side over here, everything, all but one of the things I'm looking at are on your west here, which is the energy you're taking in from others. But with you, here's the thing, I'm not going to warn you about not taking in other people's energy, because this is not so much pertaining to that. What this is pertaining to, and I don't know what those lines are on my screen. That's weird. Okay. All right. Anyway, what this is pertaining to is you're going to have people around you over the next week that are going to be ready to teach you these things, to impart little bits of knowledge, to put you on the path you need to be on for this shift. It's like finding the right people to help that old part of your soul that's walking in. Does that make sense? All right, let's look at this. As you guys know, the first thing I look at is this one. Oh, looky there. There's your sun. Your sun and your feminine aspects. This is your empowerment. So you're going to be walking firm in your own divine feminine power, as well as your sun, your own personal power. So your war is over here, your masculine, with the just automatic moving forward. Communication is automatic as well. And the other things I'm looking for here in the third. Okay. This is you working with others. So remember how I said that you're going to there's the yawn. I knew it was coming. You're going to have people come in and be offering you advice. And a lot of these may not be brand new people walking into your life, okay? Maybe a couple of them, but for the most part, these are going to be people that are going to say, okay, emotionally, blah, blah, blah. Okay, shadow work side, blah, blah, blah. They're going to have this amazing amount of knowledge for you. This is what people are going to be bringing to you. I actually love this, Ray. It's like with you having this part of your soul step in, the universe is also bringing you the people that are supposed to help you with it. All right. So, okay, I do love this. Your moon, there it is. Your moon is contraparallel to Mars, meaning they're not together. So your shadow work and your anger are completely separate. They're not anywhere close together. I do love this though. Your moon and your Jupiter are both sextile and parallel, meaning they are working together in perfect harmony. Your personal power and your shadow are completely together, working how they should. Your communication and your emotions are also going to be on point. Okay, I love this. Your Jupiter and your Mars are in opposition and contraparallel, meaning that your personal power and your anger are not tied together too. Because the good thing is, if your personal power and your anger were tied together and working in conjunction, that would not be a great thing. Would not be a great thing. Yeah, it would not be a great thing. Love, I love this. This is going to be a fantastic inner work experience for you. It's really going to be fantastic. I'm not kidding. It's going to be fantastic. Let me refresh my list here. Well, maybe. I cannot do this with this crap. All right. All right. There we go. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close my list for this evening because I've got about 30 readings to get through. And I love y'all, and I would totally stay a little more often, but I have stuff I have to do, and I need some sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and close my list for this evening. All right, Miss Natalie. Stop it. There we go. All right. Would you want to see my new tattoo? There you go. This is my Mother's Day present. So, and she did get some of the spiral down here. I can't wait to see it when it kind of gets to the normal tattoo color. But yes, it's fantastic. And I'm not gonna lie, for those of you guys that are considering finger tattoos, fuck this spot right here in particular. I'm just saying, fuck that in particular. Like, I sat like a champ, but still, fuck that in particular. All right, Miss Natalie. All right. So the girl that did this for me, I've known for about 20 years. I've known her about 20 years. So she is the one that does all my space and so on. She's fantastic. I may or may not have booked a lot of appointments with her in the upcoming year. Well, starting in December. Let me get all your information in here. All right, ready? Oh, thank you, Leanne. You're so sweet. All right. Here we go, love. All right, Miss Andrea, good night. Get some sleep. All right, so here is your chart when you were born, okay? Make sure YouTube is still up. Okay, here's your chart when you were born. Ooh, you are stubborn. Look at all those earth signs. Oh, you are so stubborn, girl. But here's what I love. You have a lot of balance. Look, you have an earth sign, earth sign, earth sign, earth sign, but then you have water, water, water. You're pretty balanced there. I like that. You don't have a ton of fire, just enough, but oh Lord, okay. Ooh, you gave your mama a lot of gray hair. All right, so here's today. Notice the change. Oh, you're even more stubborn now. Oh, okay, I see you. Look here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This is for Natalie Ebert, love. All right, so this is with the eclipse. Okay. You have a lot of duality going on here. Look. So what I'm looking at are all these dual lines right here. Almost every aspect of you has some kind of dual lines going on. Okay. Okay. I also like this. You have all of these things up here rooted in these earth signs. So your personal power, your fire, your war, I mean, your masculine, and then your emotions are all rooted in earth. And then down here, you have the other things that I'm looking at. You have your sun, your moon. Well, this is Mercury. That's all completely rooted in earth. Okay. Ooh, and there you go. Of course. Cappy Libra. Cappy Libra. Oh, all cardinals. Shit. All right. You're seeing the end of a big chapter in your life. You're seeing the end of a humongous chapter in your life right now, and realizing that it is not. I think you've seen the end for a little bit, like you've kind of felt it, you've seen it coming, etc. But now, now you see where this new thing is developing. All right, let's look at here. Oh. Your sun and your moon and your Mercury are all in cardinal signs, which is you planting your feet in the ground, you rushing forward, you pivoting and moving. Okay. Then, well, let's look at this one first. Okay, there's not really anything that matters here in the fixed, which is the middle. It's the middle of a project. And I find it funny that this is so big and this is so big. All of the other things I'm looking for, your feminine, man, my whole head just got stuffed up. This is so weird. Your feminine, your masculine, your Jupiter, and your Saturn are all in this ending phase. So you have so much that you're ending, you're letting go, you're moving forward without without batting an eye. Without batting an eye. Huh. Almost every single sign, like I was talking about, that I'm looking for in these readings is grounded. Is you know you're going to be helping Ray with a lot this weekend, right? Seeing all of your aspects here in this earth, and that is your intuition, your sensitivity, your grounding. You're going to be helping her out like crazy this weekend. Your feminine aspects are in your water. Okay. All right. Got you. Not really much here. Okay. Ooh, a lot of sun. Sun. Little bit of moon, sun. Look at that. All the suns. Okay. All right. Ooh, okay. I don't want to look at that yet. I want to cheat. Okay. So your conscious things you're working on are your emotions, your personal power, and your war, your anger, that aspect of things. Your unconscious is your self, your shadow side, your femininity. It's almost like you're putting yourself on the back burner. You're putting yourself on the back burner. So here, this is the one the energy that you put out. This is the stuff you're bringing in. And notice that the stuff you're putting out is 11 to 4 or 11 to 3. 11 of the things you're putting out, 3 of the things you're taking in. This, oh, okay. I said all for a reason. We're going to talk about that. Ready? Your sun, your moon, your Mercury, your Mars, your Jupiter, and your Saturn are in the things you're putting out this weekend. All of that. This is a lot of protection. This is a lot of prosperity. It's a lot of moving forward. It's a lot of processing. This, however, this is you taking some of this femininity into yourself. And a lot of that is you working with Ray. Wow. Okay. Let's look down here. I didn't want to cheat, so I was like, okay. All right. Let's look at this second quadrant. Of course, your feminine is in there. You're going to be, it's going to be really interesting with these. It's going to be really, really interesting with this feminine aspect to your personal power, love. You and Ray's. There you go. You're kind of going to be going through this work with Ray and with yourself, shadow work, integrating. I don't think it's so much shadow work as it is more integrating yourself back together. You need this. It's not that you need her shift as much as she does, but you do. Does that make sense? It's like you've been waiting for this shift. Okay. This is your engagement with everybody. This is your personal power, your emotions, and your war, your masculine. So again, a lot of protection. Okay. Wow. Your sun is in conjunction there with Mercury. It's in complete conjunction with Mercury, which is a lot of communication. And I love this right here. Your sun, your personal power is perfectly balanced with your emotions. Your moon, your shadow side, is perfectly balanced with your war and your personal power, which means there's going to be a lot of things that she's going to have questions about that you're going to be in a balanced state where you can answer them perfectly. Your Mars and your Jupiter are perfectly balanced too. So Ray has this shift, big, huge shift coming this weekend, and you are in the absolute perfect position to help her. You're in the perfect position to help her. I love that you got a reading for both of you. Like, I really, really do. I really, really do. And I'm glad that I can tell y'all that. I'm glad I can tell y'all that, because yeah, I love it too. It's going to be if I were you guys, I would block off some time for just the two of you together, because you're going to be in a perfect position to help her through things that she has questions over that you didn't even realize she had questions over, which will lead to questions she didn't even know she had. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's what I would absolutely do. So, well, guys, oh, I love that you guys are doing candles together. So my list is closed for this evening, guys. I may do some more later on, but yeah, it is closed for this evening. Y'all tend to overwhelm me when I get my tickets up, and I appreciate it. It's so sweet. All right, Miss Leanne. So far, we have not, knock on wood, had any other problems with YouTube right there. We'll see. Okay, this whole mouse thing is gone. I need you to work. I need you to work. All right, Miss Leanne, ready? All right. Hey, Miss Kathy. So those of you guys that have been watching my lives lately know that my top gifters get to be on my profile till my next live. And currently it's only letting me fit about 2 on there. I'm just letting you know. So, yeah. All right. Okay. So you've got 4 waters, 3 fires. Okay. This is kind of a cool design here. All right. So your sun is water. Your personal power is air. Okay. All right. So this is today. Look at that shift. Wow. Your sun is now in a earth position, which tells me you are so grounded. Where you used to be caught up in the flow and always moving forward, you're now super grounded. Okay. So here's the cool thing is not much is changing between today and this weekend, but let's see what is shifting. Fixed. All right. Lots of grounding. Look at that. 2 earth signs and your major things, your sun and your rising. Okay. 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 Wow. Okay. Your feminine is in a moving forward position. It's in a cardinal position, which means that you're really going to be pushing forward with getting back to and connecting back with your divine feminine. You're feeling a push. You're feeling a push for it. So you have your sun, your moon, and your emotions all in your fixed aspect here. Which this means, you're clearing the clutter right now, Leanne. And this is, I have a feeling in all aspects of your life, because your sun and your moon are here, your personal power and your shadow, your emotions, you're literally clearing. It's almost like I feel like you've been hoarding things for too long inside, and now you're like, yep, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Like you are clearing everything out. Then you have your personal power, your Jupiter and your Mars in your ending here. So you have one aspect of or aspects of your personal power that are shifting, that are ending, and you're stepping into new ones. Okay. I got you. Let's see what's up. This I love, because this is your sun, your power, and your emotions all in your earth. All super grounded, all manifesting, all being practical and productive. Your moon is in your air. There's another yawn. Woo, knew that was coming. Your moon is in your air, which is you processing the information in a very logical manner. Water isn't too much of a big deal. What I'm looking for. Oh, this has its good and its bad. You have your masculine and your feminine in your fire signs. It's good in that that's a lot of passion for both of those. It's bad and that's also them warring against each other. All right, nothing there that I'm really looking at, I guess I should say. Holy fuck, Leanne. All right, you're gonna see what I'm talking about here in just a second, okay? 7 and 7. What you're putting out, both consciously and unconsciously, is balanced with your different signs, with the different nodes, with the different houses, etc. So you have your war face and your power up here on what you're putting out to the world, and then like consciously on purpose, and then the things that you don't even realize you're doing, it's your emotions, your femininity, your shadow, and yourself. Huh, okay. Now I'm dying to look at this because look, 7 and 7. Both of these are even. So Leanne, this eclipse is bringing you so much balance in going forward. So much balance. So what you're putting out, okay, you're able to put out divine feminine, you're able to put out divine masculine, you're able to put out that balance. So that makes me feel a little less worried about those two being in your fire. Makes me feel a little less worried. That lets me know that you operate more in the balance of those two than you're operating in them butting heads. Your emotions are there and your moon is there, which here's the thing, you are going to have to be very careful with shadow outbursts. And I say it like that for a reason, because this is not so much just, you know, emotional outbursts, suddenly you're going to be crying and then you're going to be angry. It has nothing to do with that. It's bringing up some things from the past that you need to get off your chest without warning. Okay. Your sun and your Jupiter are in the west, meaning that it's almost like with some of this shadow work coming out, it's going to drain you a little bit. It's literally going to drain you a little bit. So you're going to be kind of pulling in power from other people around you. And I don't mean it like an energy vampire. I mean it like you've got people around you that are energy wells that give this freely. All right, let's look at this one. Again, holy shit. 4, 4, 3, 3. This is Leanne. This is so much balance. Holy shit, girl. This is really cool. And that's what I want to see right there, is that sun sign and that empowerment. And your moon, your femininity, and your emotions are in your getting back to basics. Masculine is in your 3rd, which is communication. And your Jupiter is, in your 4th, which is engagement. Your Jupiter, your power is in communication. Okay. So if y'all need help with balancing some shit out, you can talk to Leanne, because she's going to be super balanced this weekend. This eclipse is going to be fantastic for her. Fantastic for you. All right. What the hell? My mouse keeps moving my other phone. I'm so sorry. So here's what's funny. Your communication is literally opposed to your Mars right here. It's opposed to anger. So it's, now I don't want you telling a lot of people this, but it's going to be kind of hard to push your buttons this weekend. It's going to be hard to get you to really, really fight. But what I do love is this: your Venus and your Mars are perfect balance. Perfect balance. Cool. Coolsies. Well, there we go. They just need to make the flip camera button like right there. Right there. I shouldn't have to go find it and then hit it repeatedly. But I am having to, and I don't like it. All right. Miss Leanne, this weekend right here is all about some crazy, crazy balance for you, girl. Yeah. It's all about some crazy balance. Miss Tiffany Speed. That's so weird. Like, my eyes got blurry for a second. I'm like, wait, what? New. All right, Miss Tiffany, are you ready? Are you ready? So guys, the rest of the star seed charts I drew over the weekend, and over the week while I was sitting here taking care of my son. So I didn't do a lot of them on a live. I was hoping I would get to, but I had over 60 of them that had to be done and sent out. So I didn't get to all of y'all's on a live, but know that they went out today and are going out tomorrow. So I had a lot of them, really over half that went out today. The rest are going out tomorrow. So yes. All right. Oh, I guess I could turn you around, huh? I'm like getting my war face on, my game face. All right. So there is that. That's almost like a big diamond in a way. Woo! Okay, not really a diamond, but like a gem. Do you see it? From 331. Okay. Let me see if I can find it, love. I have some that I don't know where they got shipped to, and I have no way to track them. Yeah. Yes, this is totally up on YouTube, so I will post the list on there so you guys will know what number you're on, okay? All right. So you don't have a ton that stands out to me here as far as signs, numbers, etc. go, so that's a good thing. All right. So this is now. That's a huge shift. You literally flipped. Look at that. Woo. You have a huge, you've just completely flipped. Look at all that fire. Look at all that fire. Oh, your Mars is in fire right now. Okay. All righty, Miss Tiffany. So right now, your sun is in Aries, moon is in Gemini, and your Capricorn, your rising is Capricorn. This doesn't change any of y'all's birth times or whatever, okay, or birth signs, etc. You are starting a whole new aspect of your life. Okay. All right. So you have your sun, your Venus, and your Saturn and your cardinal. Okay. So this is you moving forward in these aspects. This is you moving forward in these aspects. It's you moving forward personally, like with your personal power, with your no, this doesn't change you. It doesn't change your signs. This is what the eclipse is. This is the moment of the eclipse. So guys, when I'm showing you those 3 signs at the top, your zodiac isn't changing. That is where your placements are now. Well, for the eclipse, that's where your placements are. That doesn't mean that any of your signs change. Those are just what's affecting you. So your sun, your femininity, and your emotions are all in a cardinal sign with the eclipse, meaning that you're going to be letting a lot of people know exactly how you feel. You're also completely, oh no, you're fine, love. You're also completely full of your own feminine power in an amazing way. Your communication is going to be fantastic. You're also going to be cutting things and people and situations off, because looky there, you have your moon in the ending, you have your masculine, your war, and then your personal power all in this last phase right here. So this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Okay. Over here. Ooh. Yeah, you're going to be letting some people have it. You have your sun, your feminine, and your masculine, and your emotions in your fire, meaning drive and moving forward and voicing emotions with no problem. But I like that your Jupiter is in the earth. It's very, very grounded. Your moon is in your air, meaning you're going to be looking back at a lot of different things in your life this weekend. Good and bad, nostalgic and not. Okay. Okay. Well, you are perfectly balanced here with your conscious and your unconscious. You have your fire and your Jupiter in your conscious aspect of yourself, of what you're putting out. So, like I said, telling some people off, stepping into your personal power, etc. Then you have your sun, your moon, your feminine, and your emotions in your subconscious. Okay. Okay. Over here, not so balanced. So this right here, I'm telling you, just from seeing these numbers, already tells me that you're going to have some things over here in the West that people are going to be flinging your way. They're going to be putting on you, showing you, etc. So you're going to be putting out your femininity, your divine feminine. And then you also are going to be putting out your anger and your war face. And I'm going to say it this way. It's not, and other people are doing this. It's because other people's emotions and their quest for power and so on is going to be hitting you hardcore. You're just not going to have the patience for it. Yeah, you're just not going to have the patience for it. You're just kind of going to be like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. All right, let's look here. Well, I always like this. I check this quadrant first, this second quadrant, because that is your inner power and how rooted you are in yourself. So I love seeing the sun there. I especially love seeing the sun, the moon, and your emotions in that one. Your feminine is, again, in this moving forward unconsciously. Your masculine is what you're engaging the world with. Okay. You're really receptive to other people's powers this weekend. Powers is not the right word. Yeah. Their personal power, their personal emotion. I mean, because emotions are power. I mean, really, emotions are power. Okay. But here's the thing that I don't like. Your sun is not in conjunction. It is backwards. It's not like they're pushing each other apart. Your sun and your Jupiter. So you're going to have to be really careful that you don't allow your personal power to get too far from your drive, your ambition, your soul. I do love this, though, that your sun is in conjunction with Saturn. Your moon is perfectly balanced with your personal power. And your masculine and feminine are personally are perfectly perfectly balanced. Words are hard. I know that this does not say this, but this word looks like Sasquatch to me every time I see it. It's my brain says Sasquatch. I know it's not. Y'all had no idea there were Sasquatches in the natal charts, did you? That's what my brain sees is Sasquatch. All right, gal. So yeah, Tiffany, you're gonna have to make sure that you don't allow other people to put their personal power too much on you. So for those of you guys who are wanting to know where you are on the list, I have Christina Scott, then I have Karen Huber, I have Skylar Sampson Clark, Susanna, I love that, Aguirre, Carrie Beeman, Melina, Tabitha, Christine Carver, Becky, Victoria, Shelby, Veronica, Andrea, Natalie, Gloria, and Sarah. So for those of you guys who are wanting to know where you are. So I'm now going to do Miss Christina Scott. Well, if I can get this eyelash off my, I hate that. Like I blink and it just barely tickles right here. And so then you do that. You're welcome, love. You're so welcome. I almost put where you were born and the time of birth. I'm like, why is that not working? Because you're dumb. No, I'm just kidding. All right. You're welcome, love. All right, Miss Christina. This is your chart when you were born. Woo, that's a lot of Libra. That's a lot of Libra. Okay. All right, let's see how you look now, today. Woo, holy fuck, dude. Look at that. Okay. Ready? Today. That's a huge, huge, huge shift, Christina. That's a huge, huge shift. Okay. All right. Huge shift. So like I said, guys, these here, when I'm showing you these, your signs aren't changing. This is just where you're at lunar eclipse wise. You know what I mean? So you're having everything revealed to you right now. Woo, that's a lot of cardinal signs. All of your personal power is in these cardinal signs, is in this rushing forward aspect. Your sun, your Mars, and your Jupiter. Your fixed is emotions, which is powering through some stuff and working it out. And then your mutable, you have your feminine and your moon. Okay. So this biggest one here is your air, and your sun and your moon are there, and your communications. What's good about this is that the air sign is processing the information that's hitting you very logically. This one's only your personal power in fire, 5 words. There are 5 of them up there. So you're going to have your personal power and your anger working against itself. Look. But I love this. Your feminine is super grounded. Okay. So what you're consciously putting out is a lot. It's a lot of your own shadow. It's a lot of your own anger. It's a lot of your personal power and your emotions that you're putting out this weekend. Like on purpose putting out. Your sun and your divine feminine is kind of on the back burner this weekend. So here's something funny. So your north and south, your north is 8, your south is 6. On your east and west, your east is 8 and your west is 6. So your east are the things you put out. Again, your shadow, your war, your masculine and your feminine and your emotions. what you're bringing in is other people's power. Okay. So you're able to put out some of these things and bring out good stuff for other people's personal power. That's awesome. All right. There you go. Sun in the second. That's empowerment, love. Your feminine is here with your moving forward subconsciously. Your moon is in the fourth, which is a lot of engagement with shadow work. Your masculine's also there and your emotions. So expect it to be kind of a raw weekend. Okay. But the good thing is your communication is going to be in the right place at the right time. Sorry, I was looking at something. I was going up there. All right, here we go. All of these. Does it? So your sun is getting into the phase of being squared with your Venus, but it's not there yet. You are balanced with your masculine and your emotions. Okay. Your moon, I love this. This is communication, which is perfectly balanced. And this one right here is also fantastically balanced as far as your femininity goes. Your emotions are parallel, so that's good. Well. This is a lot of interesting stuff going on, girl. You're going to be helping people grab their own personal power back. And I don't think it's something you're just going to go out and be like, I'm here to do this, and you're going to have like, you know, a weekend full of appointments. I think for the most part, it's going to be you being you and going about your business, and you not even realizing that you're setting somebody on their path when you're saying something to them in the store, the gas station, wherever it is you are. You're not even going to realize it. Yeah, this will be a great springboard for you to help other people find their power and see how easy it is for you to grab yours. Like, it's going to be fantastically easy for you to do that. All right, Miss Karen Huber. Here we go. You're welcome, love. All right. Ready? And I will try to upload these to YouTube as well so you guys can see them. What the heck? Okay. All right. So this one right here, as I'm moving my camera all around everywhere, and I don't understand why it's doing that, is Miss Karen Huber. And I did not mean to do that. So you guys saw her birthday. I'm so sorry. Don't kill me, Karen. Okay. Hey, would you do me a favor, baby, when you get a chance? Will you bring me my sugar checker out of my purse? Thank you. All right. Ooh, Karen's got all the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the water. Look at that complex fucking pattern. Thanks, baby. This right here, Miss Karen, tells me that I would bet you remembered a lot when you were born. And when I say remember, that's a very, very complex chart there. So I would say not only are you absolutely an old soul, but you were probably remembered a past life or 5 whenever you were born. I bet that you had a very active imagination and that you talked to people, things, beings, etc. that weren't there. You had imaginary friends, like all of that stuff. All of it. So, interesting. All right, so this is today. Ooh, look at you. More structured. Way more structured. Okay. You're getting there. You have one last piece that hasn't quite gotten there yet, but you're absolutely getting there, and you're still all the water. Okay. You're still all the water. And you're balancing it with all the fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, I put that in wrong. Okay. Cardinal, mutable. Gotcha. You're seeing a lot of stuff in your life start to take shape. Not just take shape, but knock stuff over into the floor. Sorry. You are starting to see a lot of shit take shape in your life. Ooh. So you have your sun, your moon, your personal power, and your emotions all in your cardinal sign here. Okay. Then you have your feminine and your masculine and your mutable, which is ending things, balance. So it tells me that you've set up a lot of boundaries. Okay. Okay. So you have no earth going on, love. None. Because I looked at it for a minute. I'm like, wait, there's no placements in earth right here. None. Which that right there is a huge red flag. That tells me you're going to have to be very careful to make sure that you stay grounded when it comes to this eclipse and going forward. You're going to have to stay super grounded. Your feminine is in your air, which is processing a lot of things very intellectually. Your moon and your Mars, your masculine, your fire, and your emotion are in water, which is very intuitive, very sensitive. So you're also gonna have to be careful that your emotions and your Mars don't overtake you. This is why it's going to be very important to be grounded. And all your power is in fire, which is drive and creativity and ambition and moving forward. Yeah, you're going to have to make sure that you're really grounded. Well, I do love seeing this though. Look here. 7 and 7. So that's balance right there with your hemispheres. So you've got your moon and your emotions that you're consciously putting out. You've got your sun, your feminine, and your masculine, and your personal power that you're unconsciously, subconsciously using and getting the best of. I love that these two are perfectly balanced, and I love that your moon is up here, your sun is down here. I love that your power is in one, your emotions and shadow are in another, because it keeps them from getting too strong. Over here, you have 6 on your east and 8 on your west. Okay. You have your personal power and your fire over here on the east, which is output. This is what you're putting out. So you have to be careful that you watch what you say, because some people are going to take things wrong this weekend. And then over here on this side, you have what you're receiving. So there's a lot of power. Sun and the moon and Mercury right there. Then you have your feminine power and your emotions. All the things. Your sun is also in your second house or second quadrant, so that's good. along with your femininity and your femininity. I never can say that word right. I never can. Okay. Anyway, I digress. Both of, or all three of these things are in your second quadrant. I can't fucking words, which is empowerment and being rooted and moving forward. Okay. I do love this though. This is your fire and your Jupiter, your personal power. These are both kind of moving forward without you thinking about having words with somebody or any of that. The fourth isn't a big deal for you, but the third is, because there's your emotions and your shadow. And the third is all about communication and being open to other people. Your communication is going to be through the roof, because you have your Sun and Mercury in conjunction and parallel with each other. That's really the only things that I see. Well, your Mercury and your Mars are moving away from each other. Okay. I'm just looking at things that are going to be affecting you really deeply with this. Ooh, emotions. Emotions are going to be affecting you super deep. Okay. Gotcha. So it is going to be an interesting weekend for you too, in the way of this communication, in the way of what you're putting out to the world. Does that make sense? Like what you're putting out to the world. Okay. Ah. I gotta close that and that. There we go. Did I freeze up again, or am I still good? Move all the information over. There we go. Gotcha. Awesome. Good. Good, good, good. I am dying of stuffed up. Hold on just a minute. The good thing about having a small house is I can walk 2 feet and have my peppermint oil right in my face. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Yeah, you're gonna have to be really careful with that, love. Why do they have to make boxes of bottles Bodhi proof? I don't appreciate it. Do not appreciate it at all. You're welcome so much, honey. Like, I'm just trying to not have sinuses right now. So we went from having all of this crazy rainy weather to crazy and cold and in the 40s to the next day being over 90 here today, and the heat index was in the triple digits. And downtown looked so smoggy from all the pollen that you couldn't even see the buildings. It was dumb, and I'm over it. I'm over it. Oklahoma's weather is so bipolar, it's not even funny. All right, so this right here is for Skylar Clark, Skylar Sampson Clark. Let me do this. There we go. I'll bet. Yeah, I'll bet it was all over the place. Well, I wish I could drink pineapple juice. It is one of my favorite things, but I am diabetic and it is like the most delicious sugary coated sugar stuff ever. So I have to be really careful eating it, drinking it, etc. All right, Skylar, look at you. You have a lot of stuff there. Oof. You are. I love you too, love. Oh, Skylar is absolutely someone you don't want to get in an argument with. Look here. Now I got the hiccups. You have your sun in a earth sign. You have your Mercury in an earth sign. You have your emotions in an earth sign. And then your Jupiter is a fire. And your moon's a fire. Shit. Yeah, don't argue with Skylar. There we go. All right. So this is Skylar now, today. Emotions are still, they are still in they're still in an earth sign, the same earth sign, and I love that. This is still in the same fire sign, that personal power. Sun is now in an air, but the moon is shadow self is grounded. That's fantastic. All right. Lots of air. So again, seeing that the end is not the end. Okay. So let's start with the cardinal signs here. You have your communication, you have your fire, your Mars, and your personal power, all in cardinal signs. Okay. What I love is that you have a pretty even kill there with moving forward and with ending things, like with starting and ending. Okay. But what I love is that the bulk of your signs are in this fixed aspect. This is a lot of powering through and getting the middle done. Does that make sense? You have your moon here, you have your feminine here, you have your emotions here. So this is powering through some shadow work right here. Oh, Skylar, honey. Yeah, this lunar eclipse is going to force you to look at a lot of stuff shadow-wise. But I love that your sun is in your mutable, because that is getting rid of some shit and moving forward. Okay, let's look at your air here. So your air is your sun and your fire. Not your fire, your masculine, your Mars. So this is processing your power and your drive forward. Okay. Interesting. You have your masculine in your air and your feminine in your fire. Your personal. So it's literally opposites. Looky here. Sun and masculine in the air. Feminine and personal power in the fire. Mercury is in water. So you're literally going to know the right things to say at the right time with this eclipse. And your moon and your emotions are grounded. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay. Ooh, what's also fantastic is that your sun is perfectly balanced there with your Mars. Okay. My stomach's growling. And I fed it, I promise. All right. So the things that you're consciously putting out are your masculinity, your masculine side, your war face, and you're kind of keeping everything else close to the chest. So, woo. Here's what sucks about this. You're going to have to really fight saying the things that are on your mind to protect your emotions, to protect your feminine side, protect your shadow side. Yeah, you're going to have to really, really be careful with what you put out. Okay. So what you're going to be putting out to the world energy wise, you have your shadow, your moon, you have your personal power, and you have your emotions. Flexing your shadow muscles. Here though, what you're taking in is balance. You have your feminine and your masculine here. So you'll be bringing in balance to yourself. That's really cool. All right, let's look at this. All right, I love that. I love seeing your sun in that second quadrant. That's your personal empowerment. Your feminine aspect and your communication is also there, which is really, really good. Then you have your moon, you have your Jupiter, and you have your emotions in your first quadrant, which is you moving forward with those aspects without thinking about it. Okay. And your masculine side, your war is up here in the third quadrant, which is communication. Okay. And that's funny because right here too, we talked about communication with your war. Okay. So the only thing I'm going to say about yours is that you're going to have to be careful. Even though you're going to know the right things to say at the right time, be in the right place at the right time, you can also easily be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So you're going to have to make sure that you know exactly what needs to be said and don't get too far in what you want to say. So really, really trust your gut in when you're around someone, when you're doing something, whatever it is, make sure that you're really trusting your gut in what comes out of your mouth. Does that make sense? Because that fire and those communication aspects, why did somebody tell me I had some weird alfalfa hair going on? Y'all gonna tell me this shit? Anyway, this is a lot of fire in your communications. So you're going to be a little fiery, a little squirrely. I also bet you're not going to be holding anything back at all going forward. Not after this eclipse. All right, so this one right here is Susanna Aguirre. I just took my jacket off because I got hot. And now the AC came on and I'm cold. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now I'm going to just sit here like this. All right. Not really, because that pulls my hair. All right, Miss Susanna. So here we go. This is your pretty little chart. This is what it looked like event-wise the day you were born. This is not to the exact moment because, like I said, this is an event chart. But it does show me not only are you a little hard-headed, but you had no problem changing your mind, and people needed to go along with you. All right, let's see where you are today. Ready for the change? Wow. I was fixing to point out that that almost looks like two searchlights. You know, the searchlights that like shine all over the place. Like, look, two searchlights. And they're still there. They're just way farther apart. So it's like they're shifted. Huh. Okay. Okay. So that kind of tells me you've been searching for something. And this right here tells me that you've just about found it. Mutable, mutable, fixed, air, fire, air. Okay. Yep, remember what I said just now? Just now? Within reach. You can't make this shit up. All right, let's look here. All right. So you have your personal power, your feminine power, and your communication and your cardinal signs with this eclipse pushing forward. Then you have your Mars, your masculine, and that's the biggest part right here, and finishing, or not finishing, but being productive. Getting through that middle boring part. Oh, you have your sun, your moon, and your emotions, and your mutable. Oh, baby. Woo. Boundaries. You're going to be cutting some people off. You're going to be setting some boundaries, and you're going to really be, you're going to be shifting where you are, who you've been around, why you've been around them, etc. Okay. So this is actually pretty balanced. Look, balanced. Those two are the same. These two are the same. So let's look at these two bigger ones. Oh, you have your shadow, your moon. You have your feminine and your masculine in fire, which is moving forward and driving and not driving, but driving you forward. Your emotions. Oh no, your emotions and your communication are in water, which is really sensitivity and being very trusting your intuition. So, oh no. Let me just say that again. Oh no. Your emotions are going to be through the roof. They're going to be heightened. So you're going to have to be very careful that you don't take things wrong, that you get clarification before you act on something. Yep. Because see this, your sun and your Jupiter are both in the air area, which is processing information correctly. So as long as you know the logic behind it, you're not going to overthink it. As long as you are able to get them to tell you, you know, if you say, wait, hey, what did that mean? And they tell you, you're going to be able to process through it. Okay. Not really anything in the earth that's I'm looking for right now in this readings. Well, this is the first tonight. You have your sun and your moon in conjunction together there, parallel. So that's awesome. All right. As far as your hemispheres go, again, there's that war you're putting out to the world. I put that peppermint on my under my ears, and now my ears is freezing with that air blowing on them. So you guys on TikTok can't see it, but when you get on YouTube, you'll see it. I got my hood on now. All right, so you've got your you've got your personal power, you've got your masculine, your divine masculine, and your war face, as well as your shadow side that you're going to be putting out to people. And then right here, your subconscious and the things that have been going on. This is your sun, your sun, your communications, your divine feminine, and your emotions. So that right there is a good thing, okay? Because we just talked about, you know, being careful not to put out too much emotion. This right here tells me that there is a lot you're going to keep to yourself. You're probably going to want to ask for clarification on a lot of things just so you don't drive yourself crazy. But yeah, so that's actually a good thing. But this here, this is a fantastic thing as of right now. I mean, we're going to look and see what's where. Okay. Here's what I love. Your feminine's on one side, masculine on the other. Moon on one side, sun on the other. Emotion on one side, anger on the other. Okay, so this is a very, very good thing. Because this over here is what you're putting out. This is what you're taking in. You're taking in personal power. You're taking in soul power. You're taking in communication and passion. You're putting out some shadow work, your divine feminine, and your emotions. It is going to be fun. It's going to be fun for everybody. Looky there. 4, 4, 3, 3. Okay. Again, I like seeing your sun in your second because that's empowerment. What I love seeing next to is Mercury, which is communications. Your feminine and your emotions are kind of going to be acting on their own. Just so you know. Your moon is in your fourth, meaning a lot of engagement with people, shadow work wise, because that's a shadow. And then you have your masculine and your Jupiter up here in the third, which is being around other people. So it's actually not going to be nearly as bad as you think. You're just going to be a lot more open and a lot more chatty than you probably realize you have been. Okay. I like that your communication, oh, sorry. I was scrolling down here looking through these. I like that your communication is in tune with your emotion. Okay. So the good thing about this is that you're really, all you just kind of have to do is make sure you get clarification on the things that hit you wrong, so you don't overthink. Does that make sense? This isn't going to be too horrible. It's not going to be too horrible on you. Just make sure you get clarification, because otherwise it is going to be bad. It is going to be bad. So if you guys I saw somebody saying something about the other day when I did these, I have emailed all of them out to the emails that you put in your thing. So if you didn't get yours, you might first of all look in your spam, because some of my emails have been going to spam, even if you get emails from me all the time. And second, if you still can't find it, then shoot me an email and I'll resend it to you. But I went off all the emails that were in there, so everybody's has been emailed to them. So yeah, Miss Susanna, you don't really have too much to worry about. So yeah. Oh, well, good. I'm glad. That makes me so happy. All right, so this is Carrie Beeman. Then I have Melinda, Tabitha, Christine, Becky, Victoria, Shelby, Veronica, Andrea, Natalie, Burkle, Gloria, and Sarah. So let's see where I am exactly halfway through my list right now. I am halfway through my list. So we're going to be here a little bit. Or maybe I should just talk faster. Is Miss Carrie here? Oh, you're welcome, Sam. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but a lot of my emails, even if you get them from me all the time, are going to spam, and I don't know what's up with that. All right, Carrie. I don't know if you're here or not, love. There you are. Hi. So here's your chart when you were born. Ooh, you're another stubborn baby. Look at all that earth. Your personal powers in earth, your shadows in earth, your emotions in earth, your feminines in earth, your masculines in fire. Oof. Goodness, gal. All right. So here is it now. Today. Holy smokes. Every time I think about getting up to go turn the AC off, it goes off. It's so funny. All right. I love that you've softened on some things. You've only got a couple earth signs. Oh, well, you haven't really softened. Oh, this need to act right here is, yep, looky there. That's a lot of acting, a lot of moving forward. But you do have your moon and your Jupiter and your cardinal moving you forward, which is your shadow and your ambition. Your sun, your communication, and your emotion. Sorry, that was a weird sound outside. I was listening to whatever that was. Oof. So with your need to get things done, your need to act, your need to move forward, you're almost going to be over communicating this weekend. I'm just letting you know. You're going to have to really kind of pace yourself with how you're communicating with other people, because your emotions are also there and your sun is also there, meaning you're not going to have the greatest filter. Okay, starseed sigils, they have been mailed out. If they were emailed out, you may have not got the first batch today. I emailed a bunch out today, and I'll be emailing out a whole bunch tomorrow. So if you guys are waiting on starseed sigils, just know it took me a bit with my son being in the hospital to get them finished. All right. Okay. So I do love the balance here. You have your masculine and your feminine in the mutable aspects. So that is some balance with the ending. I love that. Woo, look at that fire. Look at that fire. You have your sun, your moon, your communication, and your masculine all in your fire. But here's the good thing. Your emotions are in your earth. Your emotions are grounded. You have your masculine and your power in the air. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay, I'm going to point this out right away because this smacked me really quick. So you have 5 up here, and then you have 9 down here. This is the stuff you show to everybody else. This is the stuff you keep inside. You have 5 here and 9 over here. This is the stuff that you're putting out, and this is the stuff you're taking in. So as far as the stuff you're putting out on purpose, this is your shadow, your masculine, your anger, and your emotions. And as far as the stuff that you are not putting out or keeping very close to the chest is your personal power, your communication, and your feminine aspects. Huh, okay. Look over here. So I was looking at the similarities between the two here, because your moon and your emotions are in the east and the south, which that's you putting them out on purpose. But you have your feminine aspect you have your feminine aspect here in the east, but over here it's your south. Your masculine. Words are hard. Okay. So there's almost a little bit of a war there. Just be careful you don't make... okay, I'm going to say it this way. Just, wow, I didn't realize that was so far off. I'm sorry. Just because I'm like sitting here like, like just nerding out on this. Just make sure that you don't make stupid girl horror movie mistakes. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you're watching a horror movie and the guy's coming after her with the chainsaw and she's like, let me hide in this closet full of rusty nails. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You could literally be running. What are you doing? So don't, just be careful on those things that are like glaringly obvious. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. I love that your sun is here in the second quadrant. That's what I want to see, because that's empowerment. It also is empowering your communications and your personal power. Your feminine is over here with just working on its own without you needing to do anything. Okay. Then you have your moon and your emotions up here being engaged with the world. A lot of you guys tonight have had your moon up here in this fourth quadrant. I actually love that, because that is your engagement with the world. And then your masculine, your war, is over here with being receptive to others. Okay, I got you. Ooh, your sun is balanced out with your Mars. Okay, so you're going to have to make sure that you're paying attention to everything, that you're paying attention to your words, that you're paying attention to what you're putting out, what you're saying, what you're not saying, and what maybe you're saying body language wise, because it's almost like that no filter, it's pulling over or bleeding over into your body language as well. So yeah, you have to be really careful. Well, guys, I have to take a quick bathroom break because it's 11 o'clock and I've been reading since 8:30 and I've been sitting here drinking water and Sprite. So I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back, and we will resume with where's Miss Melina. Okay. I'm back and I found chips and salsa, or well, chips and queso. So y'all get to see me probably for it because I be the hungry. All right. So I don't know how many of y'all have a big of whiskeys close to y'all, but they have spin dip, which is queso with spinach in it. It's delightful in my face. I'm just saying.
You're right if I put it in the microwave?
Yep. I'm being super unprofessional tonight. I'm just letting y'all know. It is what it is. All right. Miss Melina. Food is super important. I love it. You had the wrong thing. I was like, wait, what? Miss Melina's ought to be interesting. He is really good. It's sweet of you guys to ask. That's him right here fixing his dinner. He is home from the hospital and
I'm out of purgatory.
he said he's out of purgatory. So he came home, ate a ton, cracked a bunch of gross jokes, and went to bed. All right, Miss Melina, you ready? Wow. Look at that gorgeous triangle right off the bat. I actually see a couple of them. See them? Right there, right there. So triangles are perfect balance. You have 3 fires, 3 waters, 4 waters, excuse me. Okay. Okay. Let's look at now. Whoa. Dude. Melina. Look at that. That's a perfect geometric pattern in the middle. Do you see it? You guys see it? Look. It's even got some conjunction marks right here. Cool. Whoops. Nope. Don't want to do that. That is so cool. That's awesome, Melina. I'm not kidding. I love that you have these marks here too. They're all almost perfectly even, perfectly spaced. Okay, air in the fire. You found yourself. You have absolutely found yourself. Because look here. You're moving forward with shadow. You're moving forward with your masculine, your feminine, your balance. You're getting shit done. You're hammering it out. You're cutting off negative emotions. You're cutting off toxic people. You're communicating boundaries. Holy cow, girl. Good for you. So, here's what this eclipse is going to affect. Your fire is full of power and emotion. Woo-wee. And look how big that fire is. You have your sun, you have your masculine, and you have your emotions in there. So this whole thing we talked about over here with cutting things and people off, it's going to be a hardcore thing. Cutting out toxicity, cutting out people and situations. Then in your air here, you have your moon, you have your personal power. No, it's not so much more emotions as it is. Okay, so what I was talking about here, your emotions are here on the back. This is you cutting out toxic emotions, cutting out, excuse me, cutting out emotions that are no longer in your highest good. And with the fire over here, that's what that is you cutting them out. And your feminine is in water, which is balanced out to your masculine being in fire. Your communication is grounded, very clear. Okay. There's your fire and your emotion. Your masculinity, your war face, and your emotions. You're literally going to be cutting a bunch of toxicity out, love. Hence that balance. And learning to kind of keep things a little close to the chest, to not allow them to rule you. See? Balance. Masculine, feminine, balance. Personal power. All what you're putting out. You're literally stepping into your own. You're stepping up onto a higher platform, babe. And I think that's fantastic. This is you being able to help other people with their shadow, with me not putting my big old finger right there. Let's just do this because it's going to focus on my finger. You being able to help other people process their emotions, other people process their shadow, their communication, etc. You're helping other people find their voice. I'm curious, what do you do for a living? Okay. There's your sun and that personal power and your shadow and your communication. That's fantastic. Your feminine and your Jupiter are both in that driving activity.
Where are my antibiotics?
Oh, at the end of the coffee table is a Walgreens bag with them in there. Okay. You're really taking charge. Your masculine is in this engagement with the world. Well, I actually love that you said you just quit your job and you're still trying to figure that out. Love, you absolutely need to be helping other people. You need to be doing something that puts you in service to help other people process through their emotions and so on. Because this masculine being here, and see all of that there, your sun, your moon, your Mercury, and your Saturn, that is you helping other people right there. See what I just said? There's your Saturn, and this right here, the third quadrant, represents communion and receptivity with others. So it's time for you to step into a role of helping other people process the exact things that you've been through. You're in a very good spot with yourself, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all of that. So I have a feeling that you kind of knew it was time to quit, and not just because like the environment, not just because of whatever. It's like you just knew you're done there. So, been there, done that. I understand. I've walked in and quit a job and been like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't belong here anymore. So, this is an awesome level up. Sass is right. This is an amazing level up for you. An amazing level up for you. And let me look at, I gotta look at something right here. Yeah. And you're a young kiddo. Oh my goodness, girl, you have so much. This is the tipping point in your life. And by tipping point, I don't really see this as a bad thing. I see this as an amazing thing with all of those changes. And that's, dude, that square with the X in the middle, that's impressive. That was super impressive. Like, it was really cool to see. This is why I had to stop and point it out. But this is the time for you to find something that allows you to work with others, for them to process, for you to help them process the exact things that you've been through, the exact things that you've worked yourself through, and so on. So I'm going to say congratulations, love. How about that? So congratulations. Okay.
I have a real sweet tooth right now. I don't know why. So.
Okay.
Do you want anything?
Yes, I do want something. I need chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream.
Okay.
Just a scoop,
Do you want like in a cup?
please. My kids are going to Brahms. You just woke up from a nap in a chair, Christine. Well, I have Tabitha and then you. So that was a perfect timing. Perfect nap time. So I have Miss Tabitha Lovell. So see, Melina, I even just pulled my program back up, and there's your cute little square right there in front of me. That's awesome. Love, that's awesome. Hey, Brody, do you need some cash?
No. Stuff's pretty cheap, and I've still got money from work the other day.
All righty. Miss Tabitha, ready? See, perfect time. And Miss Melina. All right, be careful, guys.
Acknowledge me.
I love you.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Tabitha, here we go. What the hell? All right. Wow. You guys may get to hear Doc the dog start flipping out. He'll be right back. He'll be right back. He'll be right back, boy. He'll be right back, I promise. All right. Come on. Oh. I've got my son's dog in my lap now because my son left to go get ice cream and he's freaking out. I'll be right back, buddy. I'll be right back. All right. You have all these beautiful triangles that have a line directly up the middle. And there's you today. Holy shit. Look at that. Hang on. Let me go back. You went from this crazy spiky, oh goodness. You went from this crazy spiky pointed, balanced all over the place thing to kind of squished. Lots of water. Lots of water. Holy moly. Okay. Okay. I love this when I say something just by reading the shapes. Looky here. Crisis of consciousness. You're going through an intense awakening right now, aren't you, Tabitha? So, Yep. You're in complete action phase right now. You have your sun, you have your masculine, your feminine, and your communication all in your fixed, like determined moving forwards. And then you have your shadow, your personal power, and your emotions in this ending phase. So you're in a really intense awakening and you're kind of going through, I would bet you're either going through or at the end of a dark night of the soul where you've kind of been in this depressive down phase of looking at all the things that, all the normal things other people have and do that you can't anymore. So, oh, your emotions are in your fire. Of course they are. But I love that your shadow, that your moon is an earth. Your masculine is in your air. You have a lot in water right now, which is very emotional, very sensitive. And I would bet that you've had gifts that have popped up and ran through the roof. Because that's your sun, that's your Mercury, your communication, your feminine, and your personal power. Ooh, love. You are just in an intensive awakening right now, Tabitha. Oh my, look at that. All of the things. All of the things. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go, right there. So you have 4 in the south and 10 in the north. So 4 that you're putting out. So you're kind of putting out some masculine, some emotion, not emotion, but putting your foot down and some anger in a way. Some power. You're flexing your muscles a little bit, your spiritual muscles, I guess we should say it that way. You're really keeping very close to you the things going on. So that tells me that you really don't have a lot of people to talk to around you spiritually about what you're experiencing and going through. You know, we're always here. I'm just saying. So, wow, the only thing you're putting out to other people is your shadow. Look at that. That's the only thing. And you are, love, you're going to have to be super, super careful. You have took off that normal hard candy shell and now you're kind of squishy. And so you're going to be taking in all of these other things from people right here. This is communication. It's feminine, it's masculine, it's power, it's emotions. You're going to have to be super, super careful right now. Okay, well, I like that your sun is in your empowered aspect and being rooted. I also like that your emotions and your communication is there as well. Your shadow is you're pretty much continually doing shadow work. You've been doing it for a little while, so you're continually doing it, which is good. It's really good when you guys get to the point in doing shadow work where you start to have a reaction something and your brain goes, wait, is that my actual reaction? Is that their reaction and I'm feeling it? Or if it is my reaction, why am I reacting this way? Like that's where you're at. Okay. Your way of dealing with others though right now is with your personal power and flexing your masculine muscle a little bit, love. So you're gonna have to be careful there. Yep. Your sun is square with your Mars. So you're gonna have to be really careful of how you deal with people during this eclipse because you're pretty raw from this awakening. Your shadow, your moon is in opposition to your Jupiter, which is your shadow work being in opposition to your personal power that's coming out, which tells me you've got kind of a war inside of you. Okay. So, Miss Tabitha, it's kind of an intensive awakening you're going through here, girl. Super intensive. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like it's just smacked you in the head over and over and over and over. So just be careful with how you communicate with other people, because that's going to be key in you going forward. It's yeah. Yeah, we're always here. We're always here. We're always here. I'm always here. And I have fantastic mods who are always here. All right, Miss Christine Carver, since you just woke up from a nap in a chair. Just got super quiet here. Shh. I do have a great team. I don't know what I would do without y'all, my Bodie Wranglers. All right. All right, Miss Christine. Oh, just wrapped my knuckles on the desk. Wrapped my knuckles. Wrapped. I can't words. Y'all don't listen to my actual words or my like in the middle words. Wow, Christine. This is when you were born. This right here is when you were born. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Everything is squished down in here. That tells me that you were kind of in your own head a lot as a child. I wouldn't be surprised to know if you weren't really, really shy. You have a ton of air placements. Really shy, really wore your emotions on your sleeve. Got your feelers hurt a lot when you were younger too. But you weren't about to tell anybody. I can't words. That should also be a Bodhi t-shirt. Yep, that needs to go on my Bodhi t-shirt list. I can't words. This is you now, today. This is the eclipse. Okay. All right. So you still have a ton of air. A ton of air. Okay. You are very, very left-brained, aren't you? You're very left-brained. You are so over-analytical and overly detailed. Wow. Look at you. Nope. Okay. I'm going to nerd on all of that, so I got to get off it. Quit looking at it. Oh, wow. Okay. So you are ending a phase in your life. Okay. Woo, look at that. That's all. Holy shit. This is all ending. Beginning wise, you have a lot of power going into your beginnings. You have your emotions, you have your sun, and you have your masculinity, your fire, your war. You are plowing forward. Then you have your moon and your communication and your fixed, which is determination, moving forward, that middle part of the project I talk about. Then you have your communication. Ooh, you are cutting cords right and left, aren't you? Ooh. Because you have your communication, you have your communication and this mutable over here, this fixed, this ending, or this mutable, this ending. You're literally cutting shit right and left. Okay. All right. Look at this. So we're going to look at Earth first. Not anything there that I'm looking for. Okay. Your communication and your power are in your water, which is being super sensitive, your intuition going through the roof, your gifts going through the roof. Seeing that Jupiter there tells me that that is a crazy amount of your personal power going through the roof. Oh, and your sun sign is in the fire. Yeah, there's no stopping you going forward, girl. Because the air right there is processing everything that comes your way intellectually and logically. You're still over analyzing things, but not like you used to. I mean, you've got all kinds of major stuff here. You've got your emotions here. You've got your war game, but you've also got the masculine and the feminine. You've got balance here and your shadow. You are in a very amazing, powerful position, personal power position right now. Yep, look at this. 7 and 7. So you're putting out your emotions, your personal power, your masculine aspects, the strength. You're putting out your strength. That's what you're putting out to the world. Then you have your shadow, your feminine, your communication. Okay. So you're being very strong with your communication in certain aspects, and the rest of it you're keeping very close. All right. Let's look here. Huh. You are a powerhouse right now. Look at that. 11 over here and 3 over here. You are a powerhouse of putting out balance, putting out emotion, putting out lifting up others, putting out communication, and helping them see through their own. Because when we go through shadow work, it tends to bog you down. It can. And when people get stuck there for too long, then you just can't get out of it. You're in a position with this eclipse to really help people. It's like you're walking along and just shoving them in the pool. Does that make sense? Like they're standing at the edge of the pool looking at the water and you just shove them right the hell in. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's funny. Look at that. The only one in the second that I'm looking for is your sun. And there it is right there. That's your power. Like you are so full of raw power right now. Your feminine, your communication, etc., are just automatic. Yeah, this is all your purpose of helping others. Your emotions are there, your masculinity, your strength, etc. Wow, girl. This is a fantastic time for you. This is a fantastic time for you. You are so full of your own abilities, your skills, your power, and in an amazing way. So don't think that wrong when I was like, you're full of yourself. That's not what I was saying. You are absolutely in a fantastic place to push others to be the best person that they can be. Not just to be the best person that they could be, but be the best person they can be spiritually. Like you are in an amazingly powerful position right now. Powerful position. Yes. That didn't sound right when it came out of my mouth, but it was. Okay. The ending that you're experiencing, the things that you've just been through, it's so you can help other people around you. And it doesn't even have to be just like, oh, some, person you've known for 30 years or whatever. It could literally be a random person on the street that you just say one little thing to. But you are carrying yourself different. You're presenting yourself different. And you're just becoming this fantastic version of you. This fantastic version of you. And I love it. Congratulations. Absolutely, congratulations. All right, Miss Becky Bisbee. So I only have a few left, guys, and I'm going to try to get through them so y'all can go to bed and I can go to bed and we can all go to bed. Unless it's daytime where you are, and then go to work. You're welcome, love. And yeah, you've got an amazing change, an amazing shift. Bless you, Docky. Big old doggy sneezes. All right. Yeah, we're always here, love, if you need anything. All right, Miss Becky. Now that is an interesting chart right there. Thank you for the words of encouragement, Tiffany. Because my brain is starting to go, you should be in bed, bitch. I didn't sleep well last night. This is almost a straight line. Like, that's what caught me right off the bat. I was like, holy cow. All right. So, Miss Becky, not much there, like, jumps out to me except that almost being a straight line. Let's look at your change here with the eclipse. Whoa. Well, you are balancing a bunch of shit out. You are evening things out. Okay. Yep. There's a lot of movement here. This is the new moon phase for you. Well, look here. I just said you are balancing things out. That's what this fixed part is. So this, let's talk about the rushing forward, the cardinal part. That's your, your communication, your feminine, your Jupiter, your power, and your emotions. This is you moving forward quickly. And look, it's pretty good size. That's 35, 36%. But here, this is your sun and your moon. So this is your power, and this is your shadow being balanced, starting to be balanced out. And then you've got your masculine. You're cutting things, you're ending things in a very strong way. So let's look at the air first. There's where all your power lies right now. Is processing all the information coming your way, processing the ideas, processing the downloads. Oh, your emotions, though, are in the water aspect, which is a lot of sensitivities and your intuition going through the roof. So here's the thing with the sensitivities. You're going to have to be very careful because that's where your emotions lie right now, that you're not allowing your emotions to get the better of you as you move forward, okay? Because that right there is going to be key. And the dogs are going to bark for just a minute because the kids are back. See, told you, just a minute. All right, your fire. You have your personal power there. Huh?
Brahms was closed.
Andy's was
I
closed.
didn't think about
Walmart
it
was
being 11
closed.
o'clock at night.
Yeah, I figured so. So I was like, okay.
I wish you just said something, because I have no track of time.
I need to use sleep right now.
Your fire is in your personal, your Jupiter is in your fire. That's fantastic.
I have some of that, though.
My son brought me the bestest cookies ever. My favorite. Good thing. So, this right here really stands out.
This is how it's supposed to be, really.
Because this tells me your moon's not in any major aspects of this eclipse. That tells me one of two things. And I'll look down at the bottom here in a minute. I'll see if I can determine what. That right there tells me that you've either just gone through a very intensive period of shadow work, or you are about to go through one. We'll find out when we get down here at the bottom. So, all right. Ready?
That's why I said no when you told me to watch out.
So your masculine and your emotions are conscious up to the top. They're orientated out to the world. I have a feeling you're fixing to go through a very intensive shadow work period because, and this is why you're rushing forward to clear things out. Okay. A lot of times when we've been going through a spiritual awakening, because guys, once you start going through a spiritual awakening, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And not only does it not stop, but you continue to go through these stages and these ebbs and flows. It's just like going through grief. It doesn't ever stop, and you're always going to be in one phase or another. So you are going to go through intense periods of dark night of the soul, of shadow work, of melting down the reasons. And I'm just going to leave it at that because you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say the reasons. This is seeing the moon down there with your feminine, your communication, your Jupiter, your sun. Look at this too. And you're taking in shadow from other people as well as emotion and power. Okay. So yeah, you are absolutely fixing to go through an intense period of shadow work. An intense period of shadow work. So I see you there, Sass. They bring me my favorite sugar. They bring me my favorite sugar cookies from one of the shops, local shops here. And I know that it is sugar-coated sugar at its finest, and it's fucking delicious. So I eat a tiny bit, and I save it for later. And then I eat a tiny bit, and I save it for later. So one cookie from this place lasts me like 4 days. So there you go. But all right, I saw you. I saw you. I saw you. All right. So let's see here. Oh, see that your moon is in that second quadrant. That is your inner empowerment. This is why I would bet that you've kind of been not quite obsessed with, but starting to look at all kinds of shadow work, whether it is here on TikTok, whether it's YouTube, whether it's articles, whatever it is, you're really starting to look at and want to find out about doing shadow work. So your sun, your communication, and your feminine aspects are all in this first quadrant, which they're just happening automatically. You're not even really doing them. You're not consciously. There we go. Let me say it that way. You're super, super receptive to other people's emotions right now. That Saturn being there in the third quadrant is just, you're in a great place to offer advice and to help, but just know that you're fixing to go through your own shadow work. Yeah, look here. So here's your moon, and it is in conjunct with Saturn. Your sun is in perfect balance with Mars. Your Mercury is perfectly square with Jupiter, but it's opposed to your emotions. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have to be really, really careful, love. You're going to have to be really careful. And just kind of get yourself prepared for this intensive shadow work period, this intensive dark night of the soul. And I love that you're kind of researching it and going through and really looking at how you want to go forward for you, because a lot of times with dark night of the soul, we start to wonder, like, am I depressed? Am I going through, you know, some severe anxiety? Like, do I have personality disorder? Like, what's going on? So you go to the doctor and they put you on medicines and you have reactions to the medicines and nothing works, because that's not what's wrong with you. It's not what's wrong with you. You're going through a dark night of the soul. And people don't realize that. So, Miss Becky Pooh, I hope that helped. Right, Miss Victoria Dill. So the cool thing about this, guys, is that this program, when I'm putting all your stuff in, it saves it. So if I do any other charts, because I'm not going to lie, I really love doing these. Excuse me. And then I'm going to have the hiccups. I really love doing these. So it saves everything in. So when I do these in the future, if you guys get on my list, then I mean, I'll have to put the information on there, but yeah, I really love this. Yeah, really love this. All right, let's see here. All right, here we go. Yeah, if you guys have sent an email, just know that I have not had a chance to look through them this weekend because my son has been in the hospital. B. Rody that was here just hanging out just now. Night, baby. I love you. All right, Miss Victoria. Oh my God, you look like a cute little fortune cookie. Why you look like such a cute little fortune cookie? I'm just saying. This right here is your bi-wheel, your chart for the day you were born. Not the exact moment, but the event, the date that you were born. Super cute little fortune cookie. Oh, look at your earth. Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh, and your power is in Leo. Oh. Some of y'all, it's so funny. I can look at these and go, oh my God, you are the most stubborn kid. It's so funny. Oh my. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Here is now. You look like a kite. Oh my gosh. You went from fortune cookie to kite. You went from something easily crushable to something that soars. Look at that. Holy shit. Look at the water. All of this is water. Woo. All of that's water, girl. That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. I even love the shape of it here. Look. See? 2, 2, 2, and then 4. I love that. That's cool. You are at a high point on your journey right now, on your path right now. Look at water, water, water. You literally have one of each of the water signs. You have all of them. Oh, look here, within reach. Told you. Wow. Okay. So your cardinal, you're rushing forward, is only in a couple of places. It's in your shadow. It's in me yawning. No, I'm just kidding. It's in your shadow and it's in your Jupiter with your personal power. Ooh, your fixed holds your masculinity, your war. Like you are busting through the. It's almost like you had this huge box of stuff you had to go through, and you can see the bottom in one corner, and now you are just tossing shit out right and left. Yep, there it is. There's all that change. This gray, this mutable back here is being done. It's being done. You have your sun, you have your communication, you have your feminine, you have your emotions. This is you being done with the way you've been and moving forward to being something else. Look at all that water. All right. Your fire is not something I'm worried about or looking for, and neither is your air, neither is your earth. So literally everything I'm looking for is here in your water. Oof. Oof. What sucks about that, there's good and there's bad, but the main thing that sucks about that is it will make you oversensitive. It will make your gifts and your intuitions go through the roof. Well, congratulations, and I'm sorry at the same time, love. I'm proud of you. It takes a lot to walk away from something, especially something that long. Okay, so I haven't touched much on the hard aspect or so this is your, so when you talk about your rising sign, that's this right here, okay? Notice there's nothing here. She's the first one I've came across that this was nothing. That, because usually these two are huge. There's nothing here, which tells me that you are at a place where you are no longer worried about things being set in stone. You've realized in your life that everything changes, that nothing is forever, the good or the bad. And then you have a lot of stuff in your moon here. Your sun is also perfectly balanced with your masculinity right there. I love this. This is balanced, 7 and 7. You're putting out power. Your people around you are just seeing this change in you. They're seeing this shift, and they're seeing you get back to your own personal power. They also see the shadow in you. They see the dark stuff there that you're trying to get over, trying to handle, trying to deal with. It does make me a little sad in your situation to see that your feminine is down there on the bottom, because it tells me that it's kind of been put on a shelf for so long, and you tend to, it's not that you tend to forget it's there, but you tend to forget it's there. Does that make sense? But your emotions are also there. You're being really, I have a feeling you're being a little too hard on yourself right now with your emotions and stuff, and not processing things. So over here, we have 6 and 8. And the only one I'm worried about here on the east is that very first one, that masculine aspect, because that's very assertive. Everything else you're keeping back here. And I say keeping it loosely because these are aspects where you're gaining from other people. You're gaining personal power. You're gaining better emotions, better ways of dealing with things, better ways of healing, and better ways of being you. So this is actually good. Let's look at this. Ka-cha. There's the sun right there. Okay. Your sun, your emotions, your feminine, and your communication are all in this empowerment spot right now. Every bit of it. All of it. Just because your fire is here in your 4th and your engagement with the world doesn't mean that it has to be your engagement with the world. Do you see what I'm saying? I have a feeling you have an important role to play for other people that have been in the situation that you've been in. Yeah, look. This is your sun is perfect balance to your fire and parallel to your fire. I keep saying fire because it's Mars. Mars is associated with fire, masculinity, etc. For some reason, my brain sees that and goes, fire. I can't words. Let me say it that way. Let me just say that really loud. I can't words. I can't words. And I apparently am going to knock shit over. It is what it is. So, yeah. So, love, you're in a very, very wonderful but raw position right now, and you could help a lot of people. You could help a lot of people. I'm just saying. And I adore that your chart, your bi-wheel is a cart, flight. Words, kite. God damn it. I love your bi-wheel is now a kite. There we go. My brain went for You're welcome. That's a Bodhi language right there. That's what happens when my brain doesn't fucking work correctly. All right. I have Miss Shelby Hawk, Miss Veronica, Andrea, Natalie, Gloria, and Sarah. And I'm going to try to get through y'all before 1. They absolutely can. They absolutely can, love. I love you too, Wendy. Thank you. You're welcome, honey. You've got this. You've got this. I know you can. If I can, you can. Mine wasn't 37 years. Mine was only 15. But if I can, you can. I promise. All right. Probably better lower my voice since everybody's going to bed here. And I'm in here like blah, blah, blah words. I hate hot flashes like nobody's business. Hot flashes are stupid. I'm just saying. Hot flashes are stupid. Flashes are stupid. Well, 1 a.m. is an hour and 13 minutes for me. So there you go. Because it's not even midnight here. All righty. Miss Veronica. It is. It's very hard to get out of any kind of abusive relationship, no matter how long it's been. All right. So. All right. Miss Veronica. Wow, look at that. All just kind of squished down here in this lower quadrant. Almost all of yours is in the southern hemisphere, except that your personal power there. It's a little grounded thing. This is fun-y. All right. This is today. Okay. This is for the eclipse, so it doesn't. Hey, Daphne Pooh. It doesn't shift too much here, but it still shifts slightly. Okay. Girl, you have so much earth going on here. Holy shit. You have your Jupiter, you have your masculine, you have your feminine, you also have your communication, all in earth. Oof. Oof. Literally. Crisis of consciousness. Okay. I do love that. I do love that in your cardinal aspect, you rushing forward is in your masculine and feminine, in your balance, but it's also in your communication. It tells me that you're really, really learning how to communicate correctly with anyone and everyone around you. What I love is this. Holy shit. The vast majority of you right now is in this. Okay, let's just knuckle down and get them done. This one right here is, oh, this is, it should be Shelby. I'm so sorry. And I clicked on Veronica, who is right after you. So forgive me. Let me, oh, as I just put all of her information out there. I am a terrible person this evening. Please strike that from y'all's memory. This is Veronica, and I am so sorry, Shelby. So let me do this real quick. Let me do Veronica's, and then I'll do yours. I am so sorry, girl. Damn it. Y'all call me on my bullshit. Thank you. So, Miss Veronica. So I'm glad that won't be on YouTube. Me putting that information out there. I am so sorry. All right. So, good. I'm glad. All right. Because I really do. I've done this a very long time, guys, and I really do take y'all's information and anything you say to me in a personal appointment. I do take that seriously. Like, that doesn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? I treat it just like I treat it very carefully. So I am horrified that I did that. Y'all have no idea. Okay. So Miss Veronica, this makes me happy because half of you right now is knuckling down to work through emotions, to work through things going on in your life right now. You're this eclipse is going to be very interesting for you because you've been this super grounded soul for so long, super balanced in who you are, and you're going through an upheaval right now. So not only are you going through an upheaval, but yeah, you're finishing up some shadow work. Okay. You've got a few things you've got to accomplish, and you're finishing up a major amount of shadow work. That's awesome. Oh, you and this earth. You and this earth. You and this earth. Girl. But look at, here's what I love. You have your masculine and your feminine there. It's still balance. It's still balance. I love that even going through this massive upheaval and this shadow work and this shift and change and stuff spiritually, you've kept that masculine feminine balance there. I love that your communication is still there, and I love that your Jupiter is still there because yeah, that's, I think that you would really be off. You are absolutely like an Orion starseed. Like I can just see from the placements, your beginning placements and how they didn't really shift with this eclipse this much down the road. They didn't shift much at all. You are absolutely someone who has to have a logical way of looking at things. Even if it's something fantastical, you still have to have this super logical way of looking at things. Like you, yeah, you need that perfect balance of logical, mathematical, like straight line, industrial way of thinking with the whimsy on top. Okay, I got you. I got you. I see you now. Okay. It's your emotions and your that's interesting. They're fixed air. Okay. You're all about sharing ideas. You're all about moving forward. That's great. You're burning down some of the old aspects of yourself. I love this. The old aspects, shadow work wise, that no longer serve you. So this lunar eclipse is going to be fantastic for you. Yeah. Woo. Utterly fantastic. Especially for a lot of communication. A lot of communication. I love those too. Okay. Yep. There's that personal power you're going to be exercising and putting out to the world. Everything else you're going to be keeping close to the vest because you've gone through this you've gone through this intensive period of shifting, of change, of movement, and that here's, I understand this just because I'm that way. I have a lot of earth placements, a lot of earth placements in my charts, and so I have to have the logical aspect of things. So even though I do this for a living and I'm like, oh yeah, whimsy, blah blah blah, you know, magical shit, I still have to know the science behind it. I still have to know, like, okay, even though I know that pepper means this, I need to know what all these other things mean. I need to know how they taste together, how they work. Like I have to know all of it. So when I go through a very intensive period, a very intensive dark night of the soul, a very intensive shift, it fucks me up. Like it fucks me up for a while. And I think that's kind of where you've been. And this eclipse is going to be pulling you out of it. You and I are kind of buddies, Veronica, because I pulled my chart the other day after doing these charts. I was like, well, Mandy wants to see where Mandy's going to be. And so you and I are kind of buddies right now because I'm coming out of a very intensive shadow work period, a very long one. And it's like knuckle down, go forward, bust ass. And I'm not even taking names at this point. I don't give a fuck anymore. So I have a feeling that's where you are too. Seeing all of this down there in the north, very close to your vest, tells me that that's where all of that is. So let's look at this. Because here's the other thing I love. 10 and 4. That tells me that you are putting out way more than you're putting up with. And there's your balance. I love that your masculine and your feminine are always together. You are like, nope, I have to have balance. I have to have balance. So you're communicating your shadow, your feminine, your masculine, and your Jupiter are all here in the east that you're putting out to other people. And then your emotions, and your rising, or not your rising, your sun sign, your air, your water are coming in right now. Like you're able to take those in. So you are so strong, so hardcore with things that you're going to be able to help other people handle their emotions and their things going forward. And there's that sun sign in this. I love that your emotions are there too. You are super empowered in your own emotions right now. This is fantastic. Wow. You've kind of put your, look at, I'm not lying. This is cracking me up. Your balance, your masculine and feminine are in the same quadrant in everything I've looked at. It's really funny. It's really funny. But this right here are things that you just put on autopilot. This is your shadow work. This is your communication and your balance. Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. All right. You're really putting your personal power out into changing things in the world around you. I love that. I love that. I love that. Girl, you've got some amazing things coming your way. Yeah. I don't know what this just did. I was trying to go back to your thing here and it went into something else. Like, I don't even know what that is, but that's kind of cool. Whatever this is. I assume this is if somebody was born right now, this is what their chart would be. Man, if somebody was having a baby right now, did y'all see that? Jesus. Whoever is having a kid right now, this is the hardest headed kid in the history of ever. Look at that. They're a Taurus. That right there is super hard headed. Their moon is in Virgo. Their shadow self is in Virgo. And then their rising is a Capricorn. If somebody were having a kid right at this very moment, and you know there are some being born, these are the hardest headed children ever. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Sorry. But I digress. I digress. All right. I can turn the camera around so, you know, y'all can see my mug. I don't know what that did. I just like clicked back on it and then I saw that. I was like, wait, that's not Veronica. Like, I know she wasn't like all earth right there. Oh my God. Like, I feel sorry for anybody that's having a kid right at this moment because that's craziness. All right. Miss Shelby. Since I went right over you for some reason, even though I was looking at your name, it's now you, sweetie. It's all the Shelbs. Let me get your info in here. All righty. Yes, Miss Penny Pooh, how are you? Ooh, Shelby, you have a look at this. So this is your lunar chart for when you were born. This is the event chart for when you were born. That's really groovy, man. Look how these like layer on top of each other like that. That is cool. That is really, really cool. I'm drained too, Penny, but it is life, right? Shelby, that's cool. Okay, all right. All right, this is now. This is right now, right this moment. This is the eclipse. So not a lot shifts for you. You did have something shift right here, but not a lot shifts for you. Yeah, that's awesome. Why does this look like somebody bending over backwards for other people right now? Okay. Got ya. Okay. So. Okay. Love. You really are, you are one of those people that just can't say no, aren't you? Hang on. Yep. You have been one of those people that just can't say no for way too long. And now somebody is finally taking advantage of it because your personal power and your emotions are in this cardinal right here. And then here in this fixed, this is you getting shit done. Okay. Look at how they go. So it's 21, 35, 42. Okay. This is, yeah. Okay. So with your fix, this is your shadow work and your feminine aspect. So these are things of you that you're still working on when the eclipse comes. You're still finishing a little bit of shadow work. You're still working on feeling empowered as a woman and feeling empowered in the skin that you're in. Look at all this stuff you're finishing back here though. All of this. The old you're cutting off, you're letting it go. The way you used to communicate, you're cutting off, you're letting it go. The masculine part of you that, what's funny is I have a feeling that it wasn't really there. And you're cutting off that aspect of you that didn't work for you before and letting it go. So this is a whole bunch of finishing. Look at that. You literally are becoming a different person. All right, let's look here. Nothing really in the air I'm worried about. I love that your feminine is in the water area. That is being more sensitive to it and listening to your intuition, listening to your gut more. Oh, wow. So you have your personal self, your communication, and your emotions in fire over here, which is just them coming to the forefront. And I have a feeling that they have not been at the forefront at all. Earthwise, you're super grounded in your yourself, your soul, your shadow self, and your masculine. Okay. You're learning how to take charge again, aren't you? Look at that. Look at. And look where your moon is up there. La. Oh, that was my finger. Hang on. La. Your moon is in perfect balance with your masculine. Yeah, this is really, really, this eclipse is going to be a very powerful shift for you, Shelby. So you'll be putting out the things you've learned from doing your shadow work. You're also going to be putting out your emotions and how you really feel about things. A lot of y'all are keeping a lot of things very close to the chest because look here, this is your communication, your feminine, your masculine, and your personal power, all aspects of your personal power that you're really keeping close to the chest. I'm really sorry, Shelby, that you have had whatever shifted here lately, whatever happened here lately that's caused you to go from being this person that would do anything from anybody. And I still think that you're that person. Don't get me wrong, but you've had someone take advantage of that in a really, really hardcore way. And I'm really sorry, love. I'm really sorry. So here's what I love. Look at that. Okay. 4 on the top, 10 on the bottom. And it's flipped over here. 4 and then 10. I mean, it's still 4 on the top, 4 to the east, but I think that's funny. And you have your balance. So you're putting out balance. You're putting out balance. but here's what you're gonna have to be careful with this eclipse. See all of those things over here? You've got the shadow work, you've got the emotions, you've got the communication, you've got the balance, you've got the personal power. Those are things that you're taking in that are coming your way. So you need to make sure that you're only taking the things that are in your highest good and not allowing other people's bullshit to stick on you again. Because I have a feeling that you just shook all of it off and it took a little bit for you to get it all off. There we go. I've loved seeing the sun and most of y'all's reading in this second quadrant, because what I look for there, that's empowerment. So anything there is empowered right now. So that's your sun, your communication, and your personal power. You're pulling a Veronica here with the balance. I have to have balance. So your emotions are in the third quadrant with your shadow, which is letting other people, not letting other people, but how you communicate with other people. So I love that, and I have a feeling that it probably overwhelms some people whenever you communicate with more emotion than they do. So I'd imagine you've probably been called a drama queen a time or four. And it's not that you are, it's that you have to get the emotion out. It's not really anything number wise or planetary wise that I didn't already point out. I love that your moon is right in tune with your Mars. It's also right in tune with your Jupiter, by the way. All righty. Let's see who I got next. Andrea Coletti. So I have Andrea, just close my list out, Natalie, Burkle, Gloria, and Sarah. And then I am going to go to bed. What does what mean, Shelby, honey? Oh, the Jupiter's Mars moon thing. So Jupiter is your personal power. Mars is your masculine, your war, your anger, etc. And then the moon in this particular chart and this reading that I'm doing is your shadow work. That's talking about like your shadow self. Maybe not so much work, but your shadow self. So when those three are together, that is that's you holding a lot of power in those three things. And the shadow self, the work you've done, the inner work you've done on yourself, and then also how I have a feeling that you've let yourself get a little more angry lately than you have in the past, and so people have probably started thinking weird things or saying weird things or whatever. But you know what, fuck them, who cares? Oh, I guess I need to finish the information. I was like, why won't it go? Why won't it pull up the chart? Because I didn't put all the information in. Duh. All right. Whoa. You're welcome so much. And you're welcome, Shelbs. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Look at this shit. Bam. This is Miss Andrea Coletti. Where are you at? She may be asleep. This right here is crazy. I can't wait to see how this shifts here in just a second, because that is cool. We had another one almost like this, but hers was now. This is Andrea Coletti when you were born. This beautiful, beautiful square diamond. All right. Let's look at right now. Oh, We are perfectly balanced, okay? That is some amazing balance right there. Wow, okay. Ooh, lots of cardinals, meaning you need to rush forward. Yep. There's your, I need to act, moon. Oh, God, girl. Oh, Jeebus. Look, this might be one of the biggest cardinal aspects, cardinal groupings, whatever you want to call it. This might be one of the biggest ones I've seen. This eclipse is going to force you to move so fast that I don't even think you know what's fixing to happen. I think your head is going to start spinning and you're going to have no idea what the hell is going on. This is crazy. And you have the majority of the things I'm looking at in this reading in this cardinal aspect. You have the sun, you have the Mercury, you have Mars, you have Jupiter, and you have Saturn. So you have yourself, your soul, what you put out to the world. You have your communication, your anger, your passion, your masculinity, your personal power, and your emotions all rushing forward. Woo! Okay. You don't even have anything on your fixed, the middle that I'm looking for in this reading. But then your moon and your feminine is, okay. It's at the back. They're being cut off. So I don't know if you're about to go through a huge shift or if you just did go through a huge shift. But look at this. It's a lot of air too. So in your air, these are parts that are processing everything that comes in very logically, very intellectually. So you have your sun, you have your moon, you have your so you have yourself, you have your shadow, you have your communication, and you have your masculine aspects. Your emotions are really grounded in the earth, though. That's spectacular. Your personal power is water, which is sensitivities and intuition and ambition. And then you have your femininity and fire. Okay. Oh, look at that list of hard aspects. Holy shit. So here you have 4 and then 10. So the things you have on top that are going to be really affecting you going forward with this eclipse is your shadow and your personal power. Those are the things you're going to be, I don't know if it's so much talking out loud to people about, but really voicing your opinions about some things. And just like everybody here in the last few readings I've done, you're really keeping everything you can close. You're keeping your sun sign, your communication, your male and female, and your emotions all very, very close. So you have 5 and 9 over here. What you're putting out to the world is communication, your own personal power, and the moon, your shadow. Your emotions, your male, your female, they're all staying here. Interesting. All right. You have most of the things right here. You have your sun, you have your masculine and feminine, and you have your emotions all in this empowerment. Your communication is on autopilot, so that could be a good and a bad. So just let you know, communication on autopilot can mean you're saying the right thing or you're saying something completely wrong. Okay. So yeah, you're just going to have to be really, really careful that you don't allow your emotions or other people's emotions to put you back in the same spot that you were. Because you're literally doing everything you can to change. You're doing everything you can to change, sugar. And I'm proud of you because it takes a lot to change, and you've got a massive fire under your butt to change right now. So this is for Andrea. That's utterly fantastic. So is Natalie, Gloria, and Sarah here? Or, I guess I should say or. Are they here? Not and, because they're not on the same person. Teresa, I have got them all done, and I have gotten everything either sent out today or will be sent out tomorrow. There you are, Miss Gloria and Miss Natalie. Gotcha, gotcha. Because Mandy is fading pretty quickly, so I'm like, So I'm going to give you ladies the what you would like to do here, because I don't want to cut any part of your reading short. I am more than happy to jump on and do them tomorrow before my zodiac reads, or even after my zodiac reads if you guys want to stay around, or I can get through them now. But what I'm worried about is I'm not connecting, right? And my brain's like, words are not coming to you. So I want to make sure that you guys get the reading you deserve from me, especially with all of this going on, because this is important stuff. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys what you would like to do. You're welcome, Miss Leanne. So the majority of them I did not get to do on a live because my son has been in and out of the hospital for the last week. So I have done them in between hospital stays and so on. So yeah, so the vast majority of them I did not get to do on a live. So Brody is doing well. He got to come home today, and so we're excited. He's more than excited because I know everyone here has been in the hospital one time or another, and y'all know that after a day or two, like that bed and your ass just don't get along anymore, and you're like, I can't sit on you anymore at all. I'm done. Well, let's do tomorrow after the zodiac reads, if that's okay with you guys, because I know there's only a couple of you left. There's like 3 of you guys left, but my brain is like, it's tapping out. It's tapping out. So let me leave that open for Miss Natalie. So after my zodiac reads tomorrow, I will start with Natalie. So I'll do Natalie, Gloria, and Sarah tomorrow after my zodiac reads, and then you guys get fresh, happy, wide awake Bodhi instead of like this fading Bodhi. I don't know. These are important. You know what I mean? To let you guys know what's coming your way and what's going forward. So yes. Yeah. I'm like, I probably should go to bed. I didn't get much sleep last night, and I slept at the hospital the night before. And even though I got sleep, I don't know how good said sleep was. You know what I mean? So you are welcome so much, guys. Well, let me stop the YouTube. Yeah, so on YouTube, I have been reading for right at 4 hours.